Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this first edition of Alpha Scrims. My name is Econtistas and I'm hereby joined by Irish people.
Hey everybody, how's it going?
Yeah, so we just finished our Veto phase. We have our first map. So our first map is gonna be Kairos, and our first two players are gonna be Starkiller and Peko Mike. So it's gonna be a ZVP.
Perfect. Yeah, looking at how they're vetoing, I'm surprised to see Paco Mike veto automation or automaton.
Yeah.
Isn't that usually a pretty good map for him?
Yeah, I actually think it is, but you know, between players that used to play so much against each other, there are a little bit of mind games, so they just want to choose that perfect first map to start things out.
Mm-hmm. That's a good point. That these players, they're in the same clan. They're very close to the same MMR. They're going to have played each other enough that they're not necessarily playing Protoss versus Zerg. They're going to be playing Starkiller versus Paco Mike with all their little intricacies and nuances that they take to the matchup.
Yeah, it's gonna be really unique. It's something that really is. It's really something different between, you know, like premier tournaments and in-house tournaments, because we're gonna see so many different playstyles out of these players, since we're gonna have two best of fives into a best of seven, so we're gonna see a lot of games between those players.
Right, so just to run through the format real quick, we have a best of five, and then a winner from that goes to the finals, and then another best of five, and then those two play the best of seven for the finals?
Yeah, exactly. The finals will be a best of seven, and we have Starkiller, Paco Mike, BioIce, and Uzikoti.
Perfect.
So two Zergs, a Terran, and a Protoss.
Perfectly balanced.
Yeah.
I'm glad that it hopefully won't... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, sorry, I was saying that I kind of want to see a ZVZ in the finals, you know, seeing Starkillers versus BioIce.
Mm-hmm. Any reason for that, or are you just a fan of that match?
Yeah, because I'm a Zerg, and I'm really finding that I'm really bad at ZVZ, so it will be really interesting to watch that. So we're ready to jump into game one.
Got it. Well, as a Protoss, I do have a slight little bias here for Paco Mike. You know what?
I think it's fine.
You jump in on Starkiller, I'll jump in on Paco Mike. All right. Let's bias this cast. All right. If you see something good that Zerg's doing, you do it, and if I see something good Protoss is doing, I'll hype that. All right.
Yeah, I don't think it's a really good idea, but you know what? Let's just see how it goes.
All right, Kairos Junction, first map.
Yeah, a short map, a rush map.
It is. This is one of the shortest maps in the pool, and it's kind of open in the middle. Like, we have a lot of maps in the pool with like ramps and high ground and low ground that are good for Protoss to kind of perch an army on, to be like in those little pockets of safety as you're moving across the map. But this one's just kind of got some strange rock formations.
Yeah, it's really a win map, in my honest opinion. All the expansions are all in a line, so they're really pretty far one from each other. But let's do the introduction, shall we? Already going for an extractor trick, maybe a 15-14, or I don't know, maybe just a straight opening.
Oh.
But I see the drone actually going to take an archery, or maybe not. We will see. But in the bottom right corner of Kairos Junction, we have our Teal Zerg. His name is Starkiller.
And spawning in the top right in the red is the Protoss player, Paco Mike. Alright, so tell me about this drone. It's coming in hot. It's coming in real quick.
Yeah, it's a drone scout, and he is allowed to do. Oh my god, this is a proxy hatcher.
It's a proxy hatch. Oh my gosh, we got a series already. We're starting it off just right there. Just.
I think Paco agrees with us.
You know that. I feel him there, because that's what every Protoss thinks when the Zerg does that. You're just like, really? Yeah. I ideally wanted that.
I don't think it's really that easy to deal with this, but I don't know, maybe a Forge would be a good answer? We'll see.
Looks like he's just completing the wall.
Yeah, he's going for a core, the Zealot. No chrono on the Zealot though. Not yet at least.
Maybe wants to save
it for Fort Gate, maybe?
Maybe. Now, this is interesting because he pulled probes, but he waited until the hatchery was more than half done. My understanding is that you either pull probes or don't, and if you pull them, you try to pull them as soon as possible. So I'm interested to see if this is like a more efficient way to handle it. It looks like he's choking it down pretty well.
Yeah, but well, maybe he's just gonna cancel it. He's going for a spool, he's going for a natural of his own, and actually does not cancel it.
He doesn't cancel it. He commits. Yeah. Says, that's mine. I want the maximum disruption possible, because now he even has to wait for the creek to clear up.
Yeah.
If you cancel it, the creek.
Well, yeah, that comes out as well. Still no work gate, but a Stargate has started in the main base of Paco Mike.
Right, it looks like he prioritized that income, or the resource allocation to get the faster Stargate over a warp gate at all. Okay, he did start it. Yeah. Just a couple seconds ago.
Yeah, he just delayed it from an earlier Stargate. Not a big deal. Meanwhile, Starkiller is going for link speed, Queens, and taking a pretty early third, I see, 27 third. So it looked quite like a Clash opening. I don't know if you know what it is, but it's basically a build in which you take the Archer at 27 and the Ola at 26, but he took an early overload, because the Adept can kind of screw this, honestly. Yeah. But if links are a little bit late.
The main. We have an Oracle about to pop that should help clean things up, but he's going to have to be pretty on point with the micro to not lose any probes from this.
Yeah, yeah, that's a really big deal for both players, actually. A lot of links going on.
The Adept across the map and the links in the Protoss main, that... Alright, this is a bad game to be a worker in. Can we just say that?
I think it's a good statement, to be quite honest. So, Paco Mike is starting his Nexus as well, and is sending the Oracle. Actually, he saved the energy of the Oracle to try and deal as much damage as possible with this.
But the Slings did get the scouting info, they did get it into the main and see the Stargate. So the Spores still not quite up in time, get a couple drones here dying. Oracle might die though.
Ooh, the Oracle dies. That's a nice catch. You do not want
to carry your first Oracle for 4 drones. That's
No, that's not ideal. Let's just say that. But what is ideal in this game, actually?
How many drones have died so far? 21 workers.
21 workers. Yes.
That's not a good life expectancy.
No, I don't want to know how many drones will die at the 10-minute mark, because I think that's going to be a lot, because the second Oracle is coming right through.
Absolutely. Alright, so Starkiller has pulled completely out of gases here. He's just trying to stabilize on his 3 bases, get his drone count back up, and then he'll worry about layers and upgrades and tech, and whew, second Oracle gets pretty low there too.
Yeah, and just a drone died.
Yep, a drone, which is not enough because Paco Mike just got his second Nexus finished.
Yes.
Yes.
But he's denying vision with his Phoenix, so I think he can now start going for the direction he wants to go, and it seems to be a robo play.
Mm-hmm. Are you thinking there's going to be I think that there has to be something aggressive here out of Paco Mike. I don't think you can have your natural beat this late after that hatch block and just say like, no, we'll macro it out, it's fine. Like, you do your thing, I'll do mine, right? Because that's a dicey move in the best of play, or like in the best circumstances against Zerg.
I think we're just gonna know what Paco is going to do really soon. Oh, Twilight has been just popped, so this could easily be Archon drop.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe something else, maybe a blink play. Because I still do not see a lot of gateways. So it's just 2 gateways for now.
Right, and Ling's in the main, Overlord flies in, so Starkiller's got a pretty good idea of what's going on. He sees the Robo, he sees the Twilight warping in, he's a Grandmaster, he's played a lot of games, he's seen this before, right?
Yeah, and he just reacts with a lair as soon as he can. So Stasis Ward in the main of Starkiller, that's 1 drone. Not a big deal overall.
No.
But it's good to disrupt a little bit, get a little bit of a scout, you know. Did Paco actually see the Roach Warband? He did not. He did not see it. But I think he expects it, to be honest.
Right, like if you show up with your Archon drop and they have roaches, you're never like, oh, wow, where did those come from? It's kind of like, you know, it's...
Temple Archives going on, some gateways, so I think this is actually going to be an Archon drop.
Absolutely, yeah.
This is the roaches.
If this wasn't an Archon drop, I would be very curious what it was, because we have a Prism out, we have gateways. The Warp Prism's not moving across the map, though. He's very busy microwaving his Stargate units. Got another 4 drones. And Phoenix edges out.
Close, really close. So 3rd Nexus going on for Paco Mike as well. A little bit of a supply block for Starkiller, because he lost a little bit too many overloads. But he's going for +1 ranged and Ryan reconstitution, so road speed. Just getting a little bit of a defense to hold this 4th base as well. And 10 more roaches on the way. Archons being morphed. And yes, this is an Archon drop. 100%. Here they go.
Alright, moving on at 8 minutes. Man, the hatch block really throws off the timings here, right?
And the supply of Starkiller is actually, wow.
Yeah,
it's insane. That's a lot of army supply.
That's a lot of roaches. Yep, he even has a pretty well distributed out. Archon drop hits at the 4th, and he can send some of these roaches over to the 4th. He has a little pocket of them at the 3rd.
Yeah, the main is well defended as well. Still no charge done, so charge is still on the way.
Right.
So the potential of multiprong is slightly reduced. So Storm, it's a immediate good reaction. You know, it deflects the Swarmer's play, and it kinda counters roaches, and ooh, nice catch, nice save, I meant, on the Archon. While at the same time, Starkiller is moving out with a lot of army supply.
Right. Shield batteries are good, Immortals are good, but
still no charge.
Giant pack of roaches like this is really good too. We have a second Immortal, the Archons have arrived, he can use the Warp Prism to jungle here. He's getting a pretty good fight here, but even then, that's so many roaches.
Good driver by Paco Mike, but it's not enough.
Taps out.
GG, taps out. That hatch block was really something.
Yeah, it just put him on the right foot for the whole game.
Yeah.
Just once he did that, everything else just lined up. Like making those 6 lings off of the larva from the hatchery that he let finish. Like the natural didn't finish for Paco Mike until like 5 minutes into the game, and at that point, we had a fully 3-base Zerg.
Yeah, and it's actually funny to look at the workers active graph, because you know, they've been for, you know, Paco Mike just went for a constant amount of probes on the way, and he just forgot a little bit about making a good army amount. So Starkiller has been ahead for most of this game, just with the right decisions, the right amount of, you know, damage on the probes.
Mm-hmm.
So
if you look at the army value graph, you can see Starkiller, you know, he's keeping it real low. He's just doing what he needs to do to survive, using queens, spores, deflecting.
Yeah.
And then right around 7 minutes, he says, "I have finished droning. Like, my economy is sufficient. It's roach time." And you can just see that line on this graph.
Not even making ravages. He's just gone a big ball of roaches.
Just a big ball of roaches. The wall wasn't finished. The shield battery wasn't enough. The immortal got sniped.
Storm on the way. Charge on the way. And it's just with only 2 immortals. Well, you know, when you see an Archon drop, you know the immortal count is gonna be really low, because the Protoss has to focus a little bit on gateways and temple archives and stuff like that. So it's kind of difficult for him to have more than 2 or 3 immortals at that point. So it's a clever attack. It's a clever timing.
Absolutely. All right, so we got 1-0 Starkiller over Paco.
Yes, and we're going into Cyber Forest, another short map.
Just to make sure I'm understanding the format correctly, it's just loser picks from now on?
Yeah, it is.
For maps, okay.
And
are they able to repeat maps, or are we just
not non-repeat maps, but every map is open, so Vitas doesn't count anymore.
Good to know. All right, looks like the players are ready.
Looks like it.
And we're loaded into game 2.
Yeah, we are convincing victory by Starkiller, to be quite honest.
Yeah, that was a good start to the series there. Like, now when Paco Mike plays out every other game here, he has to be ready for that in some way. He has to have that in the back of his mind, like, oh, if it's a short map, he's just gonna put a drone in my natural, you know.
So let's do the introductions again, this time on Cyber Forest. In the bottom right corner, we have our third player. His name is Starkiller.
And spawning in the top right, his opponent, the red Protoss, it is Paco Mike.
So pool first. Actually, 12 pool by Starkiller.
Starkiller is not giving him a break.
He's okay,
we played a short map.
But that's his playstyle.
Oh, is this something Starkiller just approaches this matchup as?
He's a really aggressive player. I love to watch Starkiller's games.
Oh, perfect. I didn't know I was coming to this kind of blind, but I'm excited to see this. All right. Well, shoot, now I'm kind of rooting for him. If he's going to give me a whole best of 5 of this kind of thing, like, let's...
Yeah, that's going to be nasty.
All right, here we go. Lings are already on the way.
Yeah, so this is a 12-pool expand, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right, I'm guessing that this won't be, like, the huge commitment to a ton of Lings.
No, it's just a no-gas build. It's going for a macro arch. Macro build. He's going for an early arch. So he's just gonna delay his link speed or his gas a little bit, since it's really easy to wall off on Cyber Forest. So he can actually just make a wall off with a Spine Crawler, a Roach Warren and Evo Chamber, and just, forget about link speed, unless he does a lot of damage with those links.
And Paco Mike sees the 6 Lings over here on the way, chose to delay his Probe Scout until
he actually Chronos the Zealot. And he does. And
it's not going to be out in time, though. The Lings are focusing down this pylon. Backup pylon on the way, but that'll take a while.
Yeah, that'll take a while.
So now it's just probes, and we still have Lings in production, rallied across the map. Going to go back there and keep focusing down that pylon there. We have a supply block for Paco Mike as well. This is going to be messy. This is not how you want to start your second game.
The Zealot's going to finish soon, but, the pylon is going to go down, and the Adepta actually forgets about the pylon and just goes on to probes.
Mm-hmm.
Or I think he wanna get a surround on the Zealot, while at the same time, this is really clever. 2 Zerglings,
just 2 little Zerglings
shimping through
that Adept would have been huge. That's a massive.
Yeah, that's a GG. That's a really good one.
Wow.
That's a really good one.
That was convincing. That was
Yeah.
Paco Mike's getting a little greedy with the scout there, trying to squeeze every mineral out for the mid game, and Starkiller was just there to capitalize on it. That was a 12 pool, huh?
Yeah, 12 pool expand is a really good build. It's something that players actually forgot to play against. It's actually my favorite build, to be honest. It's something I do. It's something I do really often, especially in ZVZ. In ZVZ, it's really strong, and it actually is pretty good on ZVP. But you know, it's a bit of a blind thing. You know, it's not a big commitment, so you just can macro behind it afterwards. So it's not a big deal. But doing it blindly, it's a little bit risky. Because if the opponent just wall off completely or gets to gateways, so it's really hard for you to actually deal damage and survive a 2 base all-in or something like that.
Right. Because it does, if you just look at the workers over time, going for that pull first, delaying the hatchery, it's if you don't get anything with those early lings, like if they just scout it and build a forge and complete the wall, then it's, you know, whatever reaction they do that causes them not to lose any probes for it, then yikes, right? That's not a spot you want to be in as a Zerg.
No, it really is not. Especially since the Protoss can actually get probes quickly, then you can get drones for the first 5 minutes of the game.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going into new repackments. Well, that's another short map, but it's a little bit longer than the 2 we already played on.
Alright, so this is it. He's got to reverse sweep it if he wants to get back into this.
Yeah.
That's 2-0 and a best of 5.
And it's a really quick 2-0 as well.
Yeah, we just started. We just sat down. Alright, spawning in the bottom left. All the pressure's on him. Couple quick losses. Can he turn it around? Red Protoss. It's Paco Mike.
Going strong, leading 2-0 this best of 5 semi-final. It's our teal player going for an extractor trick again, and I don't know what his mind is. It's Starkiller. Well, what's he gonna do? Seems like a drone is going through the map. Oh man. That's a 15-14. That's a 15-14. It's gonna be a limb flood, man. This is gonna be a limb flood.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
15 hatch, 14 yes.
And it's gonna be a 14 pool or 13 pool, depends. It probably is a 13 pool in this case. Basically this build relies on just getting a really fast link speed and just having enough larva by making an early hatch to just keep on making links over links over links.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay, I thought he was actually going for a second gas, and I was wondering what the deviation was.
No, it just a little bit. It does scout it, but it's something a little bit hard to understand because it actually relies on the timing of the hatch. He has to see the hatch is not yet halfway through, so he knows it's an early hatch. But at the same time he's going for a macro build. He's going for Nexus first and Cybernetic Core. So, well, we'll see. 4 links on the way. Speed.
Right, speed, lings. I mean, Starkiller's shown us what he has planned, and Paco Mike hasn't really gotten to play his game plan out.
Yeah.
Right? Like whatever he had in mind, it's kind of been like overwritten by the earlier builds of Starkiller here.
Yeah. And I think Starkiller is gonna be really happy to see this is a Cybernetic Core and Nexus first.
Right. So by whatever way, Paco Mike doesn't have the read on what's happening. He has that wall still incomplete. The Lings are taking a sneaky route around. He's starting the Stargate in his main instead of completing the wall with it. This is
looking nasty. The depth is moving out as well. And it's not gonna... Ooh, that was really close. It's not gonna see the Lings.
Yep, the Overlord sees the Adept moving out and he diverts the Lings over.
Yeah. He's just gonna move in. Yeah, the wall is open. Yeah, that is coming back, but a lot of links with it, and link speed is almost finished.
Just seconds away here.
Yeah.
The link's taking up that pile on there. I don't think we're gonna see Paco Mike in the finals.
I don't think so.
Got to play. He got to be a contender, but
yeah.
I think Starkiller had him figured out.
Yeah, really convincing, aggressive build. This was nasty. Yeah, he just calls it GG. Wow. Wow, what a convincing sweep. 3-0 for Starkiller.
Right, well, that's
nasty.
Let's get the next players.
Ooh.
Yikes.
Well, I'm kind of curious to see the next time those two players will play against each other. You know?
Right.
That will be a great series to watch.
Right, what's going through Paco Mike's head right now? Like, what adjustments is he thinking that he needs to be making? Because he obviously is playing the standard Protoss versus Zerg, right? Adept to Scout, Stargate, right? He's got his setup, but Starkiller just finds these edges there. He's able to get the lings in, he's able to consistently, deny the scouting.
Yeah, well,
I don't know, that was really well done.
It's really hard to understand those builds if you never played a ZVZ before, because actually all 3 builds Starkiller did are just builds that are optimized for ZVZ. So they are kind of frequent in ZVZ, and it's for a player that always plays Protoss, that just knows that the third player kind of gets a little bit defensive in the early game against Protoss because he cannot match the probe production until a certain point in the game. So I think that you have to just try to get into the mind of Starkiller. He's an aggressive player. He goes for these really messy and scrappy builds. And well, how do you react? You just get a full wall off as soon as possible, and then you get a Nexus. That's the correct reaction, I think. You can't proxy hatch 3 games in a row. That's just not how it's done.
No, because the second time they go, oh, okay, you're a proxy hatch player. I've got you figured out. You try to proxy it, and then they're looking for the proxy hatch. Yeah, oh, you're a 12 pool player. Okay, 12 pool. All right, you. And then it's a 15, 14, 13, and they go, all right, well, I guess the series is over.
Actually, I kind of want to stress out the mind games that have gone between those 2 players. Just think about the fact, in the second game, for example, in the mind of Paco Mike, since in the first game is done a proxy hatch, the second game is going to be an even shorter map. So he probably wants to do something similar, and so he gets a Nexus first. And that's just the wrong decision, because he instead goes for a 12 pool expand and just gets all those links inside his base. And so he does in basically the same thing in the third game with an even more aggressive build. 15-14 is basically an all-in build. At least it is in CVZ.
Right. I do have to say that I'm kind of surprised in that final game there that Paco Mike didn't get the read, right? When he scouted and saw the hatchery timing and saw the pool and the gas, right? That he didn't identify this is a 15 hatch, and then the gas shouldn't be done yet at a 17 or something like that. Right, and kind of piece together there's a bunch of links coming.
Yeah, but it's something that you don't see that often in ZVP.
Right.
So yeah, I don't think he's seen it enough times to understand what was going on. That's really hard to read as well. You need 10 games or something like that versus this build before you start to actually understand what is the timing.
Right, and get that feeling for it.
It's even harder in ZVZ because you have to rely just on the creep thread. Because if the archery has more creep, then your archery is a 15-14. And it's pretty hard to read on short maps. On a long map, sorry.
Right. Well, just give us a second here while we round up the next players and get the next best of 5 underway.
Yeah, I think we're gonna go into veto phase really soon. We're just waiting for BioIce to come. So this is gonna be a ZVT.
he probably assumed that this would take a little bit longer.
Yeah,
Probably like, okay, I
I
have the
think we all
second list
did.
of 5. Yeah. All right. Well, I love ZVT. Like, if there was
Yeah,
like
it's my
StarCraft
favorite
2
matchup
and then
ever.
like another game that was like StarCraft 2, but just Zergs and Terrans, like no mirror matchups. Like it's just you played as Zerg and you fought Terrans, you played as Terrans and you fought Zergs. Like I'd honestly probably play that one instead, just because that is, that's a beautiful matchup.
And you're a Prowess player.
I'd make a switch, right? You know, we all got a price to pay.
That's a really good match. It's really flashy, you know, that it often gets really long.
Mm-hmm.
So
right, because Marines are super fast and Banelings do a lot of splash damage and Zerglings are running around. You got
and then suddenly you have these super slow late game armies, you know, like Foes and Broodlords or Battle Cruisers and stuff like that. It's really flashy. It's really flashy.
Right, like I feel like this is definitely a strategy game, but there are, I don't want to say athletic components to it, but you know, the mechanical aspects of clicking precisely and controlling your army and being fast and being a good StarCraft player. And that in ZVT,
it
and
really
ZVT
shines.
respectively,
Yeah.
sometimes if you don't have the strategy, but you've got those mechanical aptitudes, then you can kind of squeeze it. And it's really exciting to see that where like people should lose something and then don't. Or I don't want to try to say it. It's so beautiful though. ZVT, come on.
I get especially excited when I cast games when I see like those amazing splits by the Terran players against Banelings, and just you know those saves on the Medivacs so close and stuff like that. It's just really amazing to see a good micro Terran. Micro Terrans are really something else to me. It's really fun to watch.
We all miss Beyond. Come back. Ooh, this is interesting. In the chat.
Yeah, I just read it.
We might have to replace BioEyes.
Oh, that's too bad.
That would be too bad.
Yeah.
I was looking forward to seeing him play.
Yeah, me too. He's actually an amazing player. A really good one. A really experienced player as well.
Well, who would we replace him with? Do we have another like high-level Grandmaster just on standby?
Well, not a WCS Grandmaster, I think. Well,
right, because
we're just
Uzukati will. If we just grab some random, then Uzukati's gonna run him over, right? Like we can't.
I would love to see someone like just Mamba or something like Matis to just good. Play. Yeah, that would be really good. Yeah, so
I hope we don't resolve this just by forfeiting BioEyes for not showing up, though. That wouldn't be.
Yeah, that would be too bad. But actually, I just understand BioEyes because, well, we all thought this series was actually gonna be a little bit longer. Yeah, it was just unfortunate for him.
Definitely.
We'll see.
Well, I guess we're just killing time between. How's your day going? How are you?
It's going pretty good. I worked a lot today. You know, watching Serie A games.
How's your ladder climbing going?
My ladder climbing has been awful today. It's been really awful.
Hey, same.
People in the stream can see that I'm Platinum 3 on NA, but I don't play NA, of course. I play EU. Not that I'm any better, I'm just Diamond 2. So, well, you know. But just
it's rough out there.
I had 3 ZVZ in a row, and lately ZVZ is just cursed for me. I can't win a ZVZ for the life of me, really. I had a 25-minute ZVZ that was just crazy, and I was so tired after it.
You get smashed in a ZVZ, and you're looking at the find match game or find match button, and you're like, all right, don't give me another ZVZ.
And you
like,
get twice in a row.
Give me a profile, it's fine. And Blizzard looks at you. This is no. If you're playing a ZVZ. And you go, Blizzard, why the mirror? What are we doing here? And you go, you'll learn to love it. We're making you stronger. You go, Blizzard, I don't want to be stronger. I want to have fun right now. No, you figure this matchup out.
And Blizzard just answers, what is fun? Sorry. We don't have fun in this game. We just struggle until you're strong.
Yeah. Like, I'm sorry, are you playing on a Smurf? Are you playing unranked? Then you're not playing for fun. Get in there and win. You're like, Blizzard, hold on, it's not like that. I'm just trying to relax. And they're like, we have relaxing games. You can go play those instead. But this is the best one, so you learn to love it. Okay, I got you.
And then one day they're just gonna kill arcade games because arcade games are fun, and we don't want any fun in this.
That's right. Go get some team games going.
Yeah.
Brush up on your peep mode.
How's your ladder been going instead?
Oh, yikes.
That is an answer all by itself.
Yeah. I'm kind of all-inning every Zerg I find just because I know that, like, good Protosses can play that macro, but I guess I'm not there yet, so charge a lot of lens it is. But,
Oh. Ouch.
Terrans are fun. There's a lot of experimentation going on in that matchup right now, so it's fun to see.
It's really true. All those like 2 basal links by the Terrans without steam and combo shields. I really like to see those.
Yeah, like even when I get like I've kind of got my mindset in a good spot where like I'm getting crushed by these 2 base siege tanks siege tank all ins, but like even when they're coming, I'm like, all right, let's
try to do this.
I've got some things to try, so it's like exciting even just like to have the observer out there and I see the tanks moving out and I'm like, oh nice, like maybe I'll hold it this time, and like now I get another replay where I lose it, you know.
Yeah.
But then like I'm so ready for siege tank all in, Widow Mine Trump flies in and GG, right?
Yeah, Terrans have a lot of possibilities in the mid game, so that's just fun. You know, it's fun to play against Terran. It's really fun.
You can't be a Protoss and complain about PvT though, so it's not even like that, right? But PvP is wild. Like I really like how hallucination heavy it is. Just when you get 2 macro players and they're just like, well, I'm gonna hallucinate scout you, and they're like, well, I'm gonna hallucinate, you know, it's just like fake phoenixes flying over fake phoenixes just to see exactly what the tech is, you know.
And then 30 phoenixes, real phoenixes, just jump on each other. You don't understand anything for 10 seconds, and then some player wins because, well, that's just what Phoenix Wars are.
Oh, I'm so glad they made the Oracle armored. That matchup was goofy, but that really helped take it out of Stargate versus Stargate. And now you have interesting things like Stargate versus Stargate, but the players transition, you know?
Yeah, but there are still Mutas versus Mutas. That is pretty much the same thing, instead that it's even more weird, because, you know, for like 5 seconds, just a lot of Mutas are attacking a lot of Mutas, and then at a certain point, one of the players' Mutas die at the same time.
And it's so hard to guess it, like when you're looking at your flock and looking at their flock, you're like, all right, who's got it? Who's going to figure this one out? It's like, oh, neither of us.
Yeah, and those times where you over micro and just, you know, get a volley less and you lose, and you just like that. Right. Why did I lose? Did I lose this?
Right, both players' APMs drop to 0 and becomes more of a movie where you're just watching the movies, just, you know, just like, all right.
Let's hope for the best.
Right. Maybe you try to pull one back when it's low health just as like a token, like, I'm trying. All right. So let's say you're walking down the street, right?
Okay.
You accidentally trip. Your foot catches a gypsy's child, and she trips, and the gypsy curses you.
Yeah.
You, for the next year, all of your ZVZs will be Mutas versus Mutas, or you have to switch to Protoss, and all of your PvPs are Phoenixes versus Phoenixes. Right? Which do you take? Like, she's a nice gypsy. She'll give you a choice on the curse here, right?
That's really hard, you know? I quite enjoy playing Phoenix Protoss. Well, but, I don't know. I think I'm just gonna choose Phoenixes versus Phoenixes, to be quite honest.
Okay. Hey, solid.
The reason is simple. The reason is really simple, because I hate Queens and Spoke Coolers. It makes so hard for Mutas to deal damage.
Yeah, Shield Battery doesn't do the same thing as a Spore Caller does.
It really doesn't.
Yeah. Right, like, Phoenixes are pretty good at ignoring cannons. Like, you can have a pretty good cannon defense setup, some shield batteries, and, like, 16 Phoenixes will just fly over your mineral line, lift every probe, kill them, and you're just like, I thought that was defended. I was pretty sure that was safe.
Mutas are actually really micro-intensive as well, because of range, because of the way they actually behave. You know, like, just clumping and then just getting away from each other and then clumping again. and it's really hard to micro mutas. And it's the reason why most of their players don't really like playing mutas.
Yeah, and then like somebody sneaks out an infestor and just
no! You just started to give me the nightmares. I lost a lot of games because of that.
Yeah. All right. Still no reply from BioIce. We might get Mamba in, but he can only come in 20 minutes.
Well, waiting for a nice chat, Rush.
Sorry, say that again?
We're in for a nice chat, Rush.
Yeah, I guess so. Let's get comfy, huh? Get some,
get some wine.
Kick your shoes off, kick your feet up. Yeah, that's
Yeah, so what would you choose? Mutas or Phoenixes?
What would I choose? Oh gosh. I main Zerg for a hot minute there in Wings of Liberty and Heart of the Swarm. And so I've kinda got my fill of Muta versus Muta, but I'm kinda still new to Protoss, and so I'll take the PvP just because I'm still
Let me change something. Let me change something. I want to get this more spicy. So
what do we got?
The same question, but in ZVZ you cannot ever take +1 air, and in PvP you cannot take ranged phoenixes. +1 ranged phoenixes.
Oh, okay, so this is just like well, I'm gonna make more Stargates than you and make more Phoenixes. Oh my gosh. No, because those are so dumb, because then if, like, an Adept gets in and kills 2 probes, then that just becomes, like, the game, because you have a slightly bigger lead.
Yeah, but even the Guardian Shield fire fact, you know, that you get a sentry behind your Phoenixes and you get Guardian Shield.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are more things that can change.
So why are we banning +1 attack instead of +1 armor for mutas? Because I thought +1 armor was
because it actually is, but +1 weapons for mutas allow you to just deal more damage to everything. So if you have to play always mutas, you have to deal some kind of economy damage. You cannot just kill their mutas.
That's true.
Because it will just startle behind the spore crawlers and stuff like that.
Oh my gosh. It's so funny to me that the Spore Crawler had to be buffed to the point that it was against mutas to get Zerg versus Zerg into a good spot that's not muta based, right?
Yeah, but
when it used to just do like 15 damage a hit and took, like 15 shots to kill a muta, and you're just watching the mutas kill your mineral line and the Spore Crawler just and the mutas kill every drone and then they lose a muta for it, and you're like, why did I even build the Spore? Like, what was the point of the Spore Crawler?
And
every drone is dead.
You still have to make 2 spores to actually counter a heavy muta play.
Right. But now we have the wonderful setup. Like, honestly, it's genius. I wouldn't have thought of it, but Blizzard's clearly better at what they do than I am.
Yeah.
Because they're just, what if the thing just trashed mutas, but still kind of struggled with like Phoenixes and drop ships? And they're like, yeah, that's an answer. Like, that'll do it.
Yeah, but at the point, Queens were really, really strong. And they had to nerf them as well. So... And by nerfing... Yeah, Queens got nerfed. The Transfuse nerf.
That's true.
Yeah, that was really big one as well. Because, just getting all of these HPs at once was a really big deal. And right now, actually, mutas are really strong again in CVZ for this reason.
I kind of missed the old Transfusion, though, where you'd have, like, the super late game Ultra against the Terran army. You have, like, 16 Queens with 1 Ultra and, like, cheerleaders for him. And he's, like, taking damage, and they're like, no, Ultra, you can do it. And they're just spamming the stupid Transfuse over and over. And Ultra's just tanking Marauder shots, and Terrans are jumping on Reddit. And, like, why is this a thing? And the Queens Zergs are like, I don't see the problem. I don't know, it was fun. It was cute.
Now we have Usain Bolt lists, though. The joke about Usain Bolt risks.
Just sprinting, just Olympic. I don't know what they like.
They have the speed upgrade, and they're really so fast, man. They're so fast. They outrage Steam Bio.
I remember just reading that.
Outspeed. What I meant to say.
An Ultralisk with the speed upgrade will outrun a stimmed Marine off creep, and I was just like, is that right? Trust
me, it is not. Trust me, it is not.
Right, like I thought you had to like grab him with the infestor so that the ultra could do its work. Like I thought we had an agreement in this matchup that like if you didn't have the infestors and the Terran was good at kiting, then he just kited the ultras, and you were goofy for not having your infestors in play. Like that was the deal, right? Like you brought if you brought ultras and no infestors off creep, then that was your bad, right? And you needed to reflect on that and watch your replay. And when you complained that it wasn't fair that they kited your ultras, the appropriate response would have been to say, "No, you got to figure out how to make some infestors, dude."
Yeah, that's true.
Like you can even cast fungal from Burrow, right? Like you're good to go.
Yeah, you were actually able. Now you're not anymore.
Blizzard disagreed with that entirely and said like,
and said well, just have fast ultras. We don't care. Just do your thing.
Yeah, just like Terrans, you have what are you supposed to do? Put a liberator zone? You might get to shoot it once. As it just like
that's not the good answer. Honestly, just ghosts are the good answer, of course.
I don't know. My heart goes out to every Terran who read that patch note. It's just like, what?
Ultras are still a really big problem, though, and it's really big, and it's the dimensions. I lost far too many games because my ultras were just behind my hydralisks, and so just standing behind my hydras and not doing anything.
Yeah, they need some help sometimes.
They really just need a little push.
Which is fun because if you were actually trying to like picture the ultra list and as it's depicted in the cutscenes and cinematics and the fan art and everything.
Being a little shy, standing on the back. Oh, I don't really want to fight,
Oh, is he all cute? His cheeks are blushing.
Please don't send me in.
Please don't send me in. No, they have guns. That hurts. That hurts my shell.
Yeah, and he said they just get tickled by Marines, basically.
Yeah.
Well, so, meanwhile, we're going to find someone to fill the time. Well, I think we're actually filling the time quite nicely.
Yeah, I guess that... I hate to do this to you, but you got like a couple minutes of monologue. I need to take a little bathroom break. So.
Yeah, it's chill. It's fine. I'll talk to myself.
It's all you, bud. You got it. All right.
Yeah, sure. Or I can just fake talking to you, Okay, so we're just waiting for a player to come. So it's gonna be either Mamba or BioS, but BioS is just not answering yet, and Mamba can only come in about, I don't know, like I think 10 minutes by now, something like that. I don't think it's gonna be a big deal. I think we can wait for the players. It's just the second semi-final. We're gonna have a really long finals, best of 7. So it's pretty fine. I'm a bit, sorry for Yuzi that has to wait a long time before playing, but I think he's preparing as well. Actually, he's the only Terran we have in Alpha X, so it's really nice to have him in this tournament, and I'm kind of curious to see what he's gonna show us. He's one of those guys that always helps the other players, always active in Discord chat and giving tips and sending replays to our Terran players, just helping them to get a little bit better. But so can be said about Mamba. So it will be quite good to actually see those two players play against each other, because they are so nice and caring about the community. And actually Mamba is going to play in IEM Katowice. He's going to play against Stats, so a little bit of an unlucky draw. It could have gone better for him, but I'm actually eager to see him play. So, since it's a really, it's not something to be underestimated. Playing against Stats, getting to practice, I guess, we all just consider him the second best player in the world after Sarah, since he was the one who actually took him into Game 7 in GSL versus the World. He's the one who arrived in the finals of BlizzCon, losing 4-2 after that crazy crazy game on Parasite, that super late game on Parasite, in which just a lot of corruptors defeated all the army of stats. Well, you're back.
I am.
Yeah, I was talking about Mamba, and I don't know if you know that, but he's gonna play in Katowice, and he's gonna play against Stats.
Okay. Hey, are you seeing what Sushi's linking us? He just tossed us a replay that he wants us to cast.
Yeah, so it's gonna be Stats versus Innovation. Oh, Stats.
Oh, perfect. A PvT.
Perfect. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, I love Stats and I love Innovation. Man, how did he get this replay? This is like StarCraft Gold.
I think it's Solima League.
League.
I think it's Solima League. I don't know. I don't really know.
Oh, okay.
To be quite honest.
Okay.
So just let me place this into my Pro Replays folder real quick.
Yeah, hopefully they haven't done a patch since then. Because then it'll try
yeah, we can watch it together if they did. But I think it's from the latest Olima League, so it's gonna be... Wait a second. Okay, so this is not the right folder. This should be the right folder. And this is not the right folder.
I want to just... Like when I watch Stats play, I think this is it. This is how Protoss is meant to be. You're invincible, you're scouting, you're a wall, everybody wants to harass you, and you're just deflecting everything. Your probes are safe, your tech is on point, you're not too greedy, but you're definitely going to win the macro game, right? And I just go, Stats, you get it. Yeah. And then I try it, and I'm like, I don't know how many hours of practice this takes, but you're legend, man. I don't know. Stats just warms my little Protoss heart. I love watching him play.
Yeah, it's amazing. Just amazing. It's just... Well, I just never seen a player besides Serral actually getting into a really, being a challenger about what's happening. It's just... Wow. There's no other way to say it.
Can you imagine that you go to play a game and you're like, okay, I'm going to try to kill their workers. And it's like, okay, who's your opponent? Oh, it's Stats. It's like, yeah, right. The only time I'd be able to kill his workers is if he let me, when you're messing around. Yeah.
Okay, so...
Right, how are we doing with getting that replay up?
Oh, wait a second. I'm going to invite you. I have the replay ready.
Hey, I love it.
Oh, and sadly, it cannot be watched with other people. I'm just gonna know this Sushi. We can't watch it.
It's old version, old replay.
Yeah.
Oh, tragic.
That's too bad. I was eager about casting that game,
Yeah. All right. Well, let's check out Spawning Tool. Let's see if there's anything to cast. Yeah.
Yeah, I think actually Sushi gave us a replay pack lately.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, and I think I downloaded it. Let me check real quick. Yeah, it's from the Olima League last week, and one other from the Katowice qualifiers. But just wait and see what he's gonna tell us.
Okay. Yeah. Well. Alright.
Oh, I don't advise it. Oh, yeah, we could start it at the same time. That's something we will do.
All right. Sync your watches, huh? All right.
Yeah, okay. Just try to do this.
Hey. You know what? Hey, you know what, Sushi? You're so right.
Yeah,
Let's try.
let's try.
Let's just. All right, I've got it. I've got it loading up.
Just tell me when you're ready.
Of course. All right. All right. We'll be. I'll give you a countdown when I'm loaded in.
Yeah, I'm just starting to load it, and then I'll pause it. But it will actually disconnect us from the Blitzer services, but you know, it's okay. Oh, just let me check something.
Right. Yeah. I'm. Whenever you're finished checking.
Okay.
All right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Unpause.
Oh, okay. Okay, no, I'm just loading it right now.
Okay. All right. Well, hey, you give me the countdown then. All right. We'll
Yeah,
work
sure,
off
sure,
your
sure.
watch.
Well, since I have the WCS feature, it's a little bit harder. Actually, yeah, okay, it's on the stream as well. I was a little bit scared it wouldn't show in the stream, you know.
Got it. Got it.
Okay. Wait a second.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, are you ready? I do not remember how to pause it.
P is the shortcut to pause and unpause.
Oh, okay, it's okay. That was really stupid by me. To be
Hey,
quite
no
honest.
worries. All right.
Yeah, okay,
So,
I'm at 13 seconds, so I'll just switch you there.
okay. What? How about you put yours back to 0, 0?
I'll do
unpause it at the same time.
I'll do it on WCS interlay, yeah, overlay.
All right. Fine. All right. Whatever. I'll
I just
let
have
you know
no
when I'm
idea.
at 13 seconds.
Yeah, I think that's better. You know?
All right. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
Let's
He's playing
go.
the bottom left corner. He's an invincible, impenetrable wall, a professional StarCraft Protoss player. It's stats. He's the man.
Spawning in the top right corner of New Repugnancy is the true legend himself. Is the second placed in the latest Home Story Cup. His name is Innovation.
Ooh.
Ooh.
And innovation, like, I feel like if you're going to name yourself Innovation, you got to be coming out with these builds. You got to be defining the meta, experimenting with new things, right?
He kind of does.
His name's Innovation. No, he just takes the same thing everybody else is doing and does it with perfect mechanics, right?
Yeah.
Like, does he innovate?
No, it's just that's the best timing in the world. You know.
Yeah, like it is.
It's not nothing like Bani or Gumio or players like that, but he's so clean. I think it's the cleanest player in the world after Serral, to be quite honest.
The cleanest player in the world, more than
Yeah.
Beyond.
Yeah, I think so. I think so, man. Innovation is so clean. He looks so good in Home Story Cup as well.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
You know, I can kind of see that. Well, okay, hear me out on this.
yeah,
If Beyond is like, he's got a little style to him, right? A little.
yeah.
He's
a little
a little-
oomph.
He's the micro version, and Innovation is the macro version. If that makes sense, or like that Innovation. Like, if you had a choice to like move a Marine or spend 50 minerals, Beyond would move the Marine, and Innovation would spend the 50. I mean, obviously they're both world class, and they would do both. But
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. I think we all know what you mean. So it's pretty standard right now. This probably has been a little bit of a douche. Oh, is he gonna get the SCV? Oh, so close.
Oh, it was almost there. I think you could have got that. I think you
Yeah,
could've
probably
committed to
probably
that.
be cool though.
Oh, Innovation's talking all right, maybe. I don't know how to read Korean though. I don't know what that says.
Okay, email just what you're doing, and let's see what's gonna be the answer of stats. Oh, it's just a tongue face. And the Reaper is trying to get some damage, you know, delay a little bit of economy. But no big deal. It's really,
So what
really
patch
standard
is this
by now.
played on?
Huh?
Like what patch is this replay being played on?
I think it's the patch before the one we're playing on, because this is a Limo League 147. So it's not a really old version of the game. And this is New Repugnancy, so it could be or this patch or the patch before. nothing else.
Got it. Yeah, those are good insights. All right, straight into the reactor here. Is this like a Widowmine drop or what? Nope, Tech Lab. I hope that this is a 2-base factory push. I really hope that this is one of those siege tank, like, kind of all-ins, you know, where you don't take your third until like 6.5, 7 minutes.
I actually think this is gonna be Banshees soon.
Oh, maybe. We got Cyclone.
And we have a Tech Lab. Yeah, at the factory. But this Tech Lab could probably just mean, you know, getting something like drilling close or the second upgrade. How's it called? Oh, Tech Lab in the starport as well.
Mm-hmm.
And in
right, so he wants to leave that he wants to leave that Tech Lab on the factory so that he can make siege tanks out of it.
Yeah.
Yes.
If he does want to make siege tanks, because it doesn't seem like it. Well, maybe he's just gonna make another Tech Lab. I don't know. So
yeah,
this.
So why don't...
Oh, Raven.
Right, go ahead.
At the same time, Stats has gone for a robo facility, since I think he was actually a little bit fearing the Banshee play, so he's probably gonna get an observer as soon as possible. And at the same time, the Cyclone is trying to do some damage, but just to get away, Blink is halfway through.
Mm-hmm. And besides the one probe that, okay, right, we had a probe die across the map trying to destroy the command center SCV, and then one of them died. Like,
the Reaper died to Adex as well.
Bold prediction. Just throwing it out here. If we're gonna see fewer than 10 probes die this game, unless Stats loses. Alright, if Stats wins this game, fewer than 10 probes.
Well, I don't know, man. I think this is gonna be a drop soon.
Yeah.
Oh, or maybe, yeah, I think it is. A reactor next to the starport, and a reactor next to the factory. So, what do you think? Widowmines?
Possibly. We have a lot of Marauders on the way here.
Yeah. No concussive shell yet.
Right. It looks like everything Innovation's getting is kind of going to line up for about 7 minutes here, when we're going to have that Stimpack finishing, +1 weapons finishing up.
And actually, I really like this. Look at the base of stats. Thermal Lance on the way.
Colossi.
Yeah.
Classic.
And Templar Archives as well. Ooh. This is gonna be nice. But
a little bit of everything.
What if actually he just swaps the starport and the factory with those 2 barracks after he's done researching Stimpack and combat shields? Well, no, he has to get concussive shells. So, no, it was a bold prediction. But Stalkers just blink away into safety. Stats realizes Innovation has a big army.
Yeah, that's a lot of bio. That doesn't just lock up. Yep, gets another Marine using the space here, saying, "No, you can move across the map, but the whole way I'll be trying to poke away at your army." Almost gets the Cyclone there. Takes it down to very low red health.
Yeah, but almost loses Stalkers meanwhile.
Right. Yeah, so Storm won't be finished, I believe.
And now actually Innovation knows.
Right.
Yeah, Storm hasn't even started, I think.
Right.
Yeah, so now he knows what's going on.
Very aggressively. Gets a Stalker. That's 2 Colossi with Lances, though. I'm not...
Yeah, I'm not really sure about this push, to be quite honest. So, Widowmine drop on the way. And Innovation is saying something.
Saying something. Alright.
Ooh, Thermal Lance hurts, man.
Alright. We have a double drop coming into the main here. A couple Widow Mines. Blink Stalkers are already ready, though.
Yeah, Stats is prepared.
Pretty well split up. You know, I can't believe that. Alright,
Charge on the way as well.
Good angle on the drop here, though. He's gonna get into here. Oh, all these probes.
Ooh, Shield Battery is doing some work over here. And one Medivac dies and he's just has to stay there.
Honestly.
Yeah.
Colossi turns right back around, so, you know, spawned out of that robo right in the time the drop came in.
All the Stalkers have just died. A little bit of missed micro by Stats over here. So your prediction is...
We're up to 9 workers killed so far. Stats can lose 1 more worker.
Ooh. So he recalls those. Oh, nice. Yeah, your prediction was wrong, mate. I'm sorry.
Yikes! All right. Ooh. All right.
I really like the recall on the third base.
Yeah.
But he took a lot of damage in this push. Innovation just as a perfect micro.
He sure did. Yeah, Innovation is finding all sorts of holes and angles, and like he cut a really nice path with that medevac drop into the main that kind of used that nice open airspace there.
Yeah. And he's actually going for +2 armor on his bio army. And he's getting his Liberator late game army comp. That is just gonna be really good against his Colossi, Storm and stuff like that. +2 weapon on the way for stats as well. And this is a double prong, I think.
Loading up, going to drop into the main.
Yeah, and this is gonna deal a lot of damage, mate.
Oh,
nice one. This is a nice snipe on the Medivac, but well, Concussive Shell Marauders are just really strong.
That was smart of Innovation to kind of lead with that.
Yeah.
He had an empty medevac and he kind of dangled it in just the right way to say like this one. His stats was like that one. He shot at it. He's like, no, that was the empty one. That was decoy.
I think Innovation has dealt too much damage, man. I don't think this game is gonna go out a long time right now.
Resetting the like.
Ooh.
If you've been making Colossi the whole game and you only have to do Colossi at 9 minutes 30, that's really speaks well to the Terran to keep getting in there and finding damage, resetting that count, right?
You know, say that it feels like losing while having actually double the army supply of stats.
Yeah, he's doing fine.
Yeah, and those Liberators are just no answer. Stats has no way to get those Liberators unless he actually sacrifices all of his Stalkers. That will just lose him the game. Yeah, I think Innovation has done it, man. I think this is the last push.
I think that these Stalkers kill everything here. Oh, alright, unloading there.
Yeah.
Going for kind of a frontal one, that's a lot of Liberators.
And just sieging with all those Liberators.
Yeah.
Stalkers are dying and, well, that's a strong army by Innovation. Strong army, strong upgrades.
That's a fantastic angle from Innovation too, to take that fight there.
So clean.
It's actually looking pretty good for the Colossi able to just kind of stay out of the Liberator range.
Yeah, but Liberators can just unsiege. He's gonna lose it. Yeah. Dropping the main is good, but he lost all of his Liberators. At the same time, 10 probes died right now, and he can just get away. I don't think there are enough Stalkers.
Oh, well, look at that big old ball of bio coming in to reinforce this, though.
Another Liberator died. And he just gets away with the Medivacs and keeps on, attacking. And at the same time, at the third. Oh, wow. Wow. What a play by Innovation. What a push. Incredible.
That was 30 workers killed.
That was crazy, to be honest, man.
Hey, it's okay. Hey, even legends have bad days. All right, well played to Innovation.
Yeah, it's Innovation. You can't really say anything. It's just one of the best players in the world.
Yeah.
And Stats is quite underperforming lately. He's out of GSL as well.
It's hard to see that, man. I know.
So we have to log into EU.
Yep. Get the channel. Apologies.
Yeah, I actually have a bug that when I log out of the game, I have to close it. I cannot log in from inside the game. I have to log in from battle.net always.
Oh no.
Yeah.
That's no good.
Yeah, that's annoying to say the least. Every time I switch servers, I just have to do weird stuff.
We're in here when you get a chance.
Okay, so join. Okay. I'm over here. Okay, so we're into Veto phase once again, and people can now see my real MMR, and I kind of want to show all this free nasty ZVZ, the 25 minutes ZVZ here. Ouch. Yeah, so it's gonna be Uzi versus Mamba.
This should be good.
Yeah.
Is Uzikata an American?
No, he's French. He's French.
Oh, cool. Okay, so is Mamba an American?
No, he's from Switzerland, I think. Yeah, he's Swiss. He's Swiss.
Okay, so we had two North American players in Paco, Mike, and Starkiller, and then two European players.
Yeah, exactly.
What server do we play the finals on?
I think we're playing on NA. I think we're playing on US East.
Okay, so whoever wins this here takes the ping head.
Yeah, but it's not that bad. Yeah, I play from Italy into US East, and I actually ping like 125, and my connection is probably far worse than the ones that Uzi and Mamba have.
Yeah, sure.
I think it's manageable, unless you play on Australia, then it's not manageable.
It seems like if you have any kind of like more than casual interest in video games, that Australia is not the place to be.
No, unless your name is big,
I don't know how he did it. I don't know how he.
Yeah, but actually Probe as well. How did Probe qualify into the last round of WCS with that ping?
I guess you'd have to be really good at guessing what people are gonna do. Just be one step ahead. Like, well, if you wanted to practice reading your opponent and being like, okay, where's he gonna be in 3 seconds? Then I guess playing with that kind of lag would be like the perfect training ground,
Yeah, I think it will be. But I don't know if you watch a lot of Big Stream. I actually do, because I never sleep at night. I have this big issue. I can't sleep at night, so I tune into Big Stream, and he just plays like at 300 ping like half his games.
Oh yeah.
And he actually wins those games. It doesn't make sense to me to watch those. It's really crazy.
Yeah.
Of course, this actually comes even the other way around, because sometimes the US server kinda favors the Australian players, so they even if you're from US East, you just play on the Australian server and get your 300 ping.
Why don't they just build a server in Australia?
Sorry?
Why don't they just build a server in Australia?
I don't think that will be quite competitively good.
I mean, probably not, but I bet the Australians would appreciate it.
Yeah, they will, but it's like those small communities that have their own servers. It happens in other games, and this usually develops a habit that is not really healthy for the game, since that region kind of gets locked out of main events, because players can actually practice at a higher level unless they go to play into other servers. So at this point, might as well have the same server.
Sure. It's you see, Uzukati, just pick anything.
Yeah,
Mamba.
just pick anything.
I vetoed one map, but you can just whatever you want to do.
Yeah. So mind games starting right now,
That's right. Like if you wanted to read into that as a confidence move, right? I don't need no vetoes. Those are for people who are worried, right?
Yeah.
You could whatever map you want, Mamba. Wherever you want to go, there I'll be, right? That's
Did this ever happen to me, to you? Because it actually happened to me, and I want to know what your reaction was to this.
Oh, sorry, what's that?
Did this kind of thing ever happen to you?
No. Every time I've played in anything, my opponents are always happy to take away all the best maps.
Yeah, so they actually did this once or twice against me, because I actually play tournaments on the NA server, so people think I'm Platinum, and I'm not Platinum. So they do just pick whatever map, just super confident, and I'm actually really happy when they do this, because I kind of wreck them afterwards.
Oh, that's like smurfing. That's like, do you tell them? Do you say like, hey, don't let the border throw you off? I got some EAT at a ping, but I'm actually a Diamond 2 player.
Actually, they could just go check. So
dirty.
But my MMR on NA, actually, I played 6 games on NA and I have 3.6 MMR or something. But for some weird reason, the game says I'm Platinum 3, while my MMR is like halfway Diamond 3. So it just fools everyone, you know?
Yeah. Alright, looks like Mamba's having an issue joining the lobby. We'll get him back in here.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so excited to get this game going. Get back onto the...
Yeah, onto the real thing, you know?
Yeah. I mean, if we're looking at the schedule here, we're looking at around the time that a normal best of 5 probably would have finished, right?
Yeah, I think this will be actually the time when
that circular Paco Mike would have been wrapping up their final map, you know?
Yeah, well, I'm actually curious to know if Yuzi and Mamba watched that series. I don't think Mamba did actually, because I think he was training for Katowice.
Mm-hmm.
At least that's what he said today. He said he was training for Katowice. So wait a second.
What?
Okay.
Just wait a second.
I don't have the WCS. Oh, actually I had. Let's just pretend I didn't.
Buddy.
But I didn't have the good sounds enabled. It was a little bit off, so it's still good. I have to disable the mouse scroll as well.
Yeah, right. Okay. When you say like, "Hey, wait, cancel exit," then you better, just make something up, yeah. Find a reason.
Yeah, but just don't tell Sushi.
Okay. All right. Hey, we've all. All right. Hey, nothing happened, boss. Oh, poor Mamba got kicked off his color. Admin stepped in.
Oh, that's too bad.
You're trying to run non-tournament colors, and he said, "I want to be green," and they said, "Put that red on him." Sorry.
Ouch.
The prices we pay, right? The things we do.
Well.
All right, I love it. Loading in. Ooh, this is exciting.
Yeah, I'm kind of excited to see this.
Yeah. All right, just throw out your prediction, huh?
Who's gonna win?
Yep.
I'd say Mamba's gonna take this 3-2-2.
3-2 Mamba. I got 3-1 Uzi.
3-1 Uzi. Ooh. Oh.
3-1 Uzi. I think Uzi's got the.
Once again, we're on opposite sides.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
so.
Of course, I'm gonna pick whoever you say. I'm gonna say the other person.
Oh, okay. So that's the way it's going. Okay.
Alright, spawning in the top left, the man with the plan. Spawning in the blue, it is the Terra player, Uzukati.
Sending 2 SCVs all around. Yeah.
Also not rolling
Ouch.
with his first depot. He's building it by his mineral line.
Yeah, well, that's something.
I guess if you're being this aggressive, you don't really need to worry about the counter pressure.
No, I don't think you have to.
Barracks one.
But spawning in the bottom right corner of Kairos Junction, we had the red Zerg player is Mamba. Going for a touch first. Yeah.
They both have fun names
really
to
nice.
say, honestly.
Yeah,
Uzukati, it's fun to say. Mamba's fun to say. They both kind of roll off the tongue.
Yeah, they are really helpful to the community as well. They just give tips and replays. Mamba sent me a replay today. Yeah, so they're really 2 nice guys. I really appreciate what they do. So Mamba's going for a standard build. Hatch first, his tractor 18, 17 pool.
Mamba might be the nicest guy and might be just doing all these good things, but Uzukati's not real worried about that, right? He's
it's just going on.
He might be the nicest guy in the world. You'll still get 3 barracks slapped down on your half of the map. SCV moving up. Is that a half? Did you want a hatch tree? Did you want a fast expansion? Well, there's a boat.
Oh, and Mamba scouts it.
Oh, that's really good timing with the drone scout.
Yeah. Really good.
Right, because I was worried because he didn't have an overlord posted.
Oh, and he pulls all of his drones.
That's a fair number of drones, yeah.
Yeah, he pulled every single one of his drones, except the ones on gas.
Get that SCV on the pole.
So slippery. Ooh, spine crawler going on as well. What really nice answer by Mamba. Really good.
Yeah.
He basically denied everything.
Yeah. That
spine crawler on the way.
Hard to know. SCVs repairing each other, doing little self-care buddy checks, right? Hey, you good? Yeah, okay, you good? Yeah, alright, well let's...
And actually Mamba is not going for an overload. That's a bold move.
The micro there, drone trolling with all these drones, Link's moving forward there, SCV's tank a little bit, he bought enough time to get the spine crawler up there, that's going to be so crucial in this defense here. This just got a lot harder.
Yeah, and
this queen gets enough energy to transfuse, and the spine crawler is just going to be this anchor he can lean on.
And you just don't underestimate the meaning of creep this has, because the quick spell has get to the point that you can't just make a bunker and expect it to be useful. But that's a lot of Marines.
Commits in, pulls every SCV, we have 5 more across the map, jumps in there, focuses down the spine, running around trying to get these SCVs to get damage without using the SCVs to take the damage while the Marines kite around. He's on creep, he's killing a lot of drones. He's done it. He's claimed the low ground, and now
he forces Mamba to get on the high ground into his base. But there's a lot of SCVs, a lot of Marines. I don't think our Z player is gonna push him back. A lot of drones and a lot of SCVs dies. But everything Mamba has just died. This is gonna be GG.
0 workers left, and there's GG. That's a quick 1-0.
So another really quick game. Whew. Didn't expect this.
No.
The first answer by Mamba was amazing, we have to be honest.
It was. To pull all those
every
drones
single
down
drone.
there,
Yep.
get the spine crawler.
Just look at UZ's APM 382.
Man is fast. Man's more than
fast fingers, man.
Burning that keyboard. You know, you don't need to pay for heat if you've got APM like that. Just heats the whole room up, yeah?
And just remember that Yuzikoti just said, "Oh, just pick a map, I don't care," and then proceeded to free Brax proxy. Ouch.
Do you think that was his plan no matter what?
Yeah, I think it actually was. I think it actually was. I have to be honest. I think it actually was his plan all along. He was prepared for a ZVT anyway, because he was going to play BioX. So his builds are just gonna be ZVT builds.
Right, so it was kind of nice that we didn't just kind of gank him with the matchup and say, hey, we know that you're mentally and build order ready for a ZVT, but we got you a Terran, right? And then you have to like kind of take all of what you got. This is it.
Oh, wrong shot. So I don't think for game 2 we're gonna see anything too aggressive. Year 0 is a really long map. It's a macro-based map anyway. But you know what I would really like to see? A Nidus play.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's something I'm really eager to see. Nidus is fun, man.
If we have a best of 5 with the Zerg, and then a best of 5 with the Zerg, and then a best of 7 with at least one Zerg in it, and we don't see a single Nidus tonight.
Yeah, I'd be quite disappointed, man.
That's right. I'm gonna message Sushi and be like, hey man, I know that the players have the agency to choose whatever builds they want, but like, can you like put a bounty out for like whoever puts the first Nidus down or something? Because
yeah, a small prize, you know, just
we need them. I mean, plants need water, humans need love, and spectators need Nidus. Like it's
just a natural cycle.
Yeah, it's just part of like axioms of the universe, you know.
Yeah.
I love Year 0.
I actually love Year 0 too.
Just like not even from like a Protoss perspective, just from like an aesthetics or like the look of it.
Yeah, I just hate it aesthetically because it's so dark. So it just confuses me because my monitor is actually not really bright, to be quite honest. So
well, sure, but when you're on one of those late night ladder binges or whatever, and you know you load into Year 0 and it's all soft and muted and easy on the eyes and has lots of dark colors, it's much nicer than when you load into like
pace. Yeah, that's really bad. That's really
like
bad.
a snow map or something, and you're just like,
oh, Fracture! Oh my God, Fracture! Oh, yeah. I hated Fracture so much for the first month of the patch.
Yeah. Or what was the one, Stasis, where it had the Legacy of the Void tile set? With
Oh,
all the bright little yellows and dancing lights and everything. It was
yeah, it was stasis. It was
it's
stasis.
like a toddler's just like shining a flashlight in your eyes. You're like, who thought this was a good idea?
I think
Like,
stasis won the prize as the most hated map ever in StarCraft 2 history. Everyone hated to play in the map except for me.
Yeah.
I love playing on stasis for
what? How did you love playing on Stasis? All right, what?
because I play Lings and Corruptors a lot, so I could
Got
just
it.
go mad on everything that was thrown against me.
Just sneak past the broken air blockers
Yeah.
and just
Yeah,
stick
exactly.
your corruptors on it.
And just pee on every building my opponent
Alright.
had.
Spawning in the top left, in the blue, the man with the 3 racks opening. He's up 1 game. Game 2, can he do it? It is Uzukati.
And spawning in the top right corner of year 0, we have a red Zerg. Lagging behind 1-0, he is Mamba. So, actually Mamba is scouting for a proxy with his overlord, with his second overlord.
Game closed.
Oh,
Oh, okay. Needed a little something going on. Pause, please. This map is too big for my 3 racks.
color is different. What? Oh, it means the console? Oh, the console. Okay, I can write to him. Maybe it's the...
Yeah, I can only
it's
type
the-
to observers.
Yeah, it's the war chest. Yeah, you know, the latest war chest had a new console that was red.
Oh, okay. I don't know.
Yeah, that's what Mamba said, basically. Yeah, and I think he actually just realized. This thing happened so many times, actually. Did you know that? I've seen a lot of players posting the game saying, why my console is red? And being so
Oh,
confused
yeah.
about it.
I'm not familiar.
Yeah, maybe he just oh, well, actually you don't get experience for custom games.
Oh, so sad.
So
I don't know. My workness is maxed out though.
he actually likes it. Oh, okay.
Well, if he likes it, then let's get on. Let's continue with the show though. Yeah.
Yeah, but I think those two guys just have to go take a coffee or something and get a little talk, you know. Look at them, just chatting really nicely to each other. It's something when you just have been 3 proxy racks, you know.
Right. This is like aftercare, right? Like where you proxy 3 racks them, and then this is how you say like, yeah, we're still good, right? Like we're still.
Yeah. We're friends.
Right. Yeah. At least one of us is a referee, right? Because I'm sure not.
I'm not a referee. I think Steers is a referee. Yep.
Okay.
He
Hey, we have a referee. Perfect. Here's the countdown. Get back into
Yeah.
it. So
Not having a
Mama's
referee.
opening much safer this time around, right?
Yeah, really safe. He just swaps the timing of the archery and extractor with the one of the the spawning pool and extractor with the one of the archery.
Mhm.
So it's it's just the standard build, but the opposite way through.
Mhm.
You just have a little bit later larva, a little bit later the second queen. So it's just a little bit delayed in the way of things, but it's safer. It's a lot safer.
Mhm.
Unless Uzikot is gonna go for 2 basal lane. In that case, it's gonna be nasty.
Oh, maybe. If so, oh, excuse me. Sorry, I got something stuck in my throat there.
Yeah, don't worry.
I feel like Zerg would, if I were playing Zerg, I would like this map, right? It's It's not really wide open,
yeah.
but and the air distance is long, but it's still like a nice opening for Terran to get in there. But your main base isn't huge, right? It's not like you have these giant pockets for Terran to land in.
Yeah, you can just spread creep a little bit and be kind of safe.
Right, like one tumor and you have full vision, or like two overlords and you have full complete vision. There's not a huge area for liberators to hang out in. Like,
the only problem this map has for Zerg is that you kinda have to destroy the rocks between the where there's the watchtower. Those two pile of rocks, you kinda have to destroy them, because otherwise it kinda gets a little bit clumped. Because the central path and the one where the watchtower is those ramps are not that big. So you need a third way in. But we actually just should consider what's going on in this game, because everything is going really crazy right now, man.
Why is there a ghost on the way?
Yeah, because he actually rushed a Ghost Academy.
Alright, what's the plan, Izakati? Like, what are we... Alright.
Oh,
we got a Nidus on the way, and we got a ghost on the way, and we don't have a whole lot of workers on the back. Alright, what wins, the Ghost Rush or the Nidus Rush, huh?
Well, at least what we asked has just been gifted to us. It's gonna be a Nidus play, but easy though. Easy though.
Yeah.
Will he do this in time?
I mean, Uzukati has the Marine posted, so he should be, he's acknowledging that it's an option. And there's the Nidus. Marine sees it, SCV's pulled, and now Mama's gonna get to see there's a ghost out and kind of scratch his head around that, right? Kind of puzzle out, like, what?
Yeah, but that's not enough damage. The queens get out first, transfuses, and a lot of roaches go out. But these are a lot of SCVs. Oh, nice snipes on the queens.
Snipe kills a roach? Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Snipe kills a lot of things. 10 workers have died. But,
it cost him a lot of workers. There's a second Nidus in the natural, but as far as army supplies go, Uzukati didn't lose very much. Most importantly, he didn't lose his ghost.
Well, he lost one now. And I think he's gonna lose the second as well.
So incredibly crucial.
No energy. Yeah, no energy for sniping means it's just nice micro on the ghost. And the SCVs around. Oh wow, that was amazing.
Yeah. If we could see a medevac. Oh, that's a lot of dead workers, but it's still... He's down 9 workers, but he has...
Yeah, and at the same time, those 2 roaches are just attacking this supply depot. And another Nidus in the main, so those 2 roaches are pretty much uncontested in the natural.
Right.
Another Nidus. And is it a fake one? No, there are 4 roaches inside. So not a big deal.
Not cutting the roaches in the natural.
Wow. He just needed to kill the other ghost.
I would have loved to see a medevac there, but Uzukati is really struggling to find the resources to make everything that he needs to make.
And he's gonna kill the mules as well, and some SCV's gonna die.
Yep, focus firing those down, trading out his military for Uzukati's economy.
At this point, Mamba just gets more workers, gets more queens, gets another extractor, and he's just gonna macro it out. He knows he has a big advantage in workers. And he has no threat of making a strong army right now. Some roaches are inside the Nidus, some more roaches are coming out. Are they routed to the Nidus? Yeah, it's another Nidus.
It's never any good timing there from Uzukati. It's the medevac, boost his workers over, or his army over here, focuses down the Nidus. Nothing's able to... Alright, he finally got something that could kill a Nidus for before it deploys. Yeah. But,
the third archer is actually studying right now for Mamba as well. And well, I don't know. Armory on the way for Uzikoti. And he just gets to the second Nidus room and he's gonna fall. Nidus room is actually an armored building, so Marauders did a lot of damage to it.
Absolutely. Okay, and he's back into Ghost. He says like, okay, we got the Nidus Worm taken care of. We got back to the plan, right?
Another Nidus Worm over here.
It's relentless.
He just wants to, beat him into his base. while he gets his micro going. And at the
Oh,
same
I don't-
time, another Nidus in the main. A snipe on the Overseer, that's a good catch.
Wow, well, wait, that natural just got completely overrun. That was a lot of queens.
Yep, that
And-
is a lot of stuff. I don't think
And
those
into
two
the
Elbats
main.
are enough. One ghost is out. The Medi was trying to get some healing on the Elbats, but this is a lot of queens. No more energy on them. They're gonna get
This-
pinned by the SCVs, but more and more roaches come out of those archeries and get straight into the Nidus. 26 workers died.
This is too much. She's down to 2 workers.
is too
against
much.
43.
There are some
I-
slides, but there are no workers. There are 2 workers for Uzikoti.
I like a good mule, but this is, that's an economic disadvantage that, down to one
That's
worker.
a little bit too much, you know.
He's got a worker.
Yeah, a single one just casually mining in a natural. And a lot of roaches are gonna come out of this.
They just keep going. Mamba.
Yeah, and Mamba has a transition in his base as well. He had a spire going on, but he just dealt so much damage with all those Niduses. But that
Ties it
shows
up,
us
1-1.
that shows us
That was-
Nidus is
That
good,
was a
man.
really cool game.
That's a really cool, yeah, 2 really weird kind of things, you know, allowing the main before getting the second archery. The Ghost Academy rush. I think that actually the Ghost Academy rush it was what actually crippled Uzikoti, because maybe making an armory first and getting the Lazel bats out sooner probably would have changed things. But well, another pro player, they are. So King's Cove is gonna be our next map.
Hmm.
Another big macro map. Do you actually like King's Cove? Because I hear some really different opinions about it.
I do. I don't. Not for any particular reason that I do like it, but just because it's. I don't know. The ramp's a little weird, and
Yep.
the rock setup there kind of makes for some weird fights sometimes.
True.
But you can take a relatively easy third, and I'm all about that. How about you? Like it? Dislike it?
I actually really like that map, King's Cove, because it's so good for Zergs, to be quite honest. It's a really good map for Zergs. Especially in ZVP. It kind of gets... Your expansions are really safe to get. Crit
Right.
spread is easy. You know, it's easy to get vision with Overseers. Link run-bys are quite good.
Mhm.
So, it's just overall a good map.
Yeah, I like King's Cove. It's kind of, it looks fun. I'd take a vacation here, you know?
Yeah, you know, the beach. Just a little bit of a trip by the sea. And actually all those like treasure chests and stuff like that are really cool. Those gold. You know, I actually don't find them right now. Those bones. You know, all those things a little bit everywhere. All those gold over here.
Oh yeah, yeah. If you look directly north of Uzukati's natural, you can see some poking out of the water.
Yeah, it's really cool. But let's get into it, shall we?
Of course.
So, in the top left corner of King's Cove, tying up the score is our red Zerg, he's Mamba.
And spawning in the bottom left, the man with the ghost, the man with the proxy racks. It's your Terran player, Uzukati.
Oh man, I'm excited. Is this gonna be
Me too.
macro or not?
This is interesting. We have
Yeah, a low ground barracks.
Uzukati's barracks placement here. You usually don't see this. You wouldn't see this if Uzakazi was spawning in the top left, because then his reactor or tech lab would be sticking out.
Yes.
But since he spawned in the bottom right, he can do this where it faces the inside, so it's kind of tucked away a little safer. Excuse me. All right, never mind. Is this just gonna be like a mass reaper?
Oh, 2 barracks. It could be 2-1-1 as well. Oh, maybe not.
Okay.
Or maybe not.
I suspect. No, why would he have gas if he's just. What are we doing? one gas is not enough to do 3
Yeah,
maxes.
no,
with 3 Reapers.
it is not.
It's definitely not.
Is it just some kind of weird wall-off? He wants to get a safer... I don't know. I really don't know.
Uzakati, show us the way. Show us what you have planned, alright?
Yeah, he's going
not
for a
gonna
supply
say
depot.
yes.
Yeah, I think he's just going for a wall-off and getting some Reapers, doing some work. Yeah, he wants to get a low ground command center and get a lot of Marines. I don't know. I really don't know. It's something truly unique for me.
Right. Second gas before command center.
I
So,
think Mamba's
yeah,
gonna
we
be
got
surprised
three-
as well.
We have 3 Reapers on the way. Okay, never mind. He just knows the timing's better. It is 2 gases. He's just
Yeah.
a Grandmaster. Yeah, okay. This
Yeah,
tracks.
this is mass Reapers.
Yes. Bam. First
And
Reaper arrives.
yeah, Mamba's getting prepared with a quick. Ooh, that's an Evo chamber.
Interesting.
Really interesting.
I wonder what he's going to do with that, because he might not have time to do whatever he wanted to do, because we have 3 Reapers at a time on the way. I mean, the other is across the map.
Evo
What
chamber
clearly
is
sees,
quite
he's getting more
fast as a building. You know, it gets done. Yeah, it's already done, as you can see. So, well, +1 is not a bad idea in this scenario. Since Reapers are so slippery and they
Right.
regenerate, so you want to deal a lot of damage as soon as you can. Ooh, nice catch on one.
Ling's eating
And
well
nice catch on the second one as well. So, +1 Carapace for Mamba.
Yeah, I guess if you go pull first and then get a really quick speed, then that works out against these 3 Reapers, yeah?
This is actually a ZVZ build, to be completely honest.
Right, because if you have the +1 armor, then your Zerglings don't die to the Banelings in one hit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Some
But,
people like to go +1 melee as well.
I mean,
Uh,
Reapers do... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, some people likes to go +1 melee as well, just to get faster snipes and things, but those kind of playstyles go really heavy on the links and kind of transition really early into Mutas. So I think this is gonna be Mutas at a certain point.
You're predicting Mutas?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, you know, that's fair.
3 reactors, meanwhile, for Uzi.
That's a lot of Lings. That is a ton of Lings. These
And,
Reapers are
yeah.
so much danger right now. Throw those grenades down.
But that's a lot of
Also
grenades
care-
as well. Ooh, nice one.
Ooh, good cutoff. Yeah,
Yeah,
that was some pretty on-point Ling movement there from Mamba there.
yeah, but
Grenades
those
going down.
grenades are just gonna keep them
Wow.
links away. 4
These
Reapers
guys-
on the way and +1 weapon for Uzi.
These guys are both really good. Like, I thought that all those Reapers were gonna die, and then it looked like all the Lings were gonna die. Like, how did they do it? To get every grenade that from 7 Reapers? 7 Reapers, my man? That's what
Oh.
we're doing?
That's what the reactors were for, and I think this other barracks gonna have another reactor because he has enough gas to support this.
This
And
is
it's just gonna be
incredible.
Reapers upon Reapers, and look at this, +1 melee and the lair going on as well. Yep, this is gonna be Mutas, man. Look at all those extractors as well.
Oh, he's
Ooh.
positioned right by a cliff there, so he's able to
Yeah,
escape down.
that's really clever. Really clever.
Doesn't want to get cut off. Yeah, when you're doing a Master Reaper strategy, that's just kind of a good habit to be in.
Yeah.
When you're not looking at your Reapers, just have them posted by an escape path.
And actually I think a must Reaper strategy on a map that has so many cliffs is really clever.
Right. That there's so many openings here for them.
Yeah. Well,
The +1 armor seems to make a lot of mathematical sense too, where the Reaper does 2 attacks, right? He's got his 2 little pistols.
yeah,
Not much damage to me.
so you kinda deflect as much damage as you can. It's like
Right.
getting, you know, armor upgrades versus carriers or something like that.
Right.
But this is a lot of Reapers.
Oh my gosh, they just like 3-cycled that quick.
Yeah. And they
Alright.
kinda got into a bad spot, but they got away pretty easily thanks to the grenade. Ooh, there's a lot of catches. But these are not many links, and the Binley Nest is on the way as well. So he has the gas
So-
to support an heavy Baneling playstyle. But
So Uzakami
ooh, this
is
is gonna deal a lot of
transitioning
damage.
out.
This is gonna deal a lot of damage.
It definitely is. He is transitioning out of
Of Reapers, yes.
Right. Tries to get the catch up here. Oh, Ling's on the low ground and the high ground.
Yeah, that's a clever
Reaper's
move.
able to-
But Reapers are just gonna go back and forth of this cliff and try to deal damage. And he actually scouts the lair as well.
They just left that Marine down there. That Marine does not have a jetpack.
Yeah. Too bad.
Too bad.
He took one for the team, you know.
Well, the Mass Reaper is definitely...
Valid strategy.
he's transitioning out of it, but his tech's so far behind.
And he has a lot of Marines. A lot of them.
Yeah.
And
But they
those
don't
Reapers
have-
keep on being annoying as well.
They don't have combat shields though. They don't have stim packs. They don't have all those goodies that the Marines like to have.
Yeah, but Mamba is kinda pinned into making more links and Bane links. He cannot just go for what he wants right now.
Right.
And he actually doesn't... Well, I don't know if he's actually seeing all those Marines coming out of Uzikoti's barracks. Because
I love that Mamba's prioritizing these upgrades. That he's
Yeah.
just keeping this evolution chamber busy.
Yeah, it's a clever move against Barak play, because, you know, if it's Marines, then upgrades are really good. If it's Reapers, then upgrades are really good anyway. So whatever he wants to do is just overall a good idea to focus on upgrades if he can actually deflect this push. But those are a lot of... And here comes the Spire. So as I predicted, it's going to be a Spire play, but he has first to deflect all of those Marines. And,
Right, to address
those are
emergency.
Steam's Marine, man. Those are Steam's Marine.
Yeah, that's a pack of them. Yeah, that's
Yep.
a gang. That's 44 Marines. Couple medevacs.
Some buildings morphing.
I
I don't know, man. I think Uzikodi has too much.
I don't know that Mamba will do it. There's no combat shield, so if these Banelings with his +1 Banes actually get a connection, it'll be a big deal.
Yeah, but you have Steam, so you can actually split.
Right.
And he actually splits them right now.
Right.
So-
Trying to do a little bit of it ahead of time. Clump it up as he goes up the ramp. Pops the first stim. Oh gosh, that's so many Marines.
And Baneley speed is not finished yet. It's halfway through.
Right.
So
Steam
Banes are
back.
slow Banes. And that's a really big deal against Team Marines. Those screens are just gonna fall, one after the other. A lot of steam has been used, so... You know, Medivacs do not have a lot of energy, but creep is not really spread out right now. Bailing speed is gonna finish in about 5 to 10 seconds. That's a good reaction by Mamba.
50 patients, not everybody gets seen. So we have a lot of low health Marines just...
Yeah, that's a lot of them. And that Bailing kinda does not deal enough damage. Centrifugal Uxie is just finished, so I think this is gonna be the end of this push. The tank is just gonna get focused. Oh, a lot of Banelings explode on the tank. Actually, this is not what you want to do. Nice plates by Uzikoti, and Mamba is forced to call the GG. This was a really intense micro battle.
It was. That was really unfortunate. +2 armor for Mamba was only a few seconds away
Yeah.
before that fight. If he could have just had a little bit more time, but his third was so low on health that he had to pull the trigger earlier than he wanted to. That was a matter
that
of
was
seconds
unfortunate.
there.
Yeah, that was unfortunate. Even all those, you know, precious seconds in which he didn't have centrifugal hooks, you know, Bane speed. Yeah, by
course.
having that upgrade a little bit sooner, probably would have deflected this. But actually, hats off to Uzikodi, because those plates were so good.
Mhm.
So, leading 2-1. Really
2-1. This is
intense
very
and close series.
Yeah, these have been really good games.
Yeah, and really short games as well. We had 6 games and none of them... Well, this is the first one of them that goes over the 10-minute mark. That's crazy.
That is crazy. That's my clan. You know, that's
Yeah.
those are my people.
Yeah,
They see the game the same way I do.
your name says everything.
Just get after them, you know. Like who's
So, will Uzikoti win this 3-1 and your prediction is gonna be correct? Or will we see an
Oh,
ace
maybe.
match? Oh,
Cyber Forest?
rush map.
I don't think this one's going over 10 minutes. Cyber Forest, these two
No.
players, I
Well-
don't see it.
I had really long games in ZVT on Cyber Forest. But well, who knows? Who knows? Cyberforest is really good for drops.
It is. It's so nice.
Really good for him.
It's like
Proxy
there's just an
starport.
open gate. And you just say, can I drop you or can I Nidus you? And it's just, come on in. Just,
Yeah,
the
you
door's
just
open.
a red carpet throw down.
Take your shoes off. Get comfy.
Get comfy,
Yeah, just
Get your
put
tea.
that drop down. You can unload in perfect secrecy. We respect your right to privacy here. Just the distance in that main, it's just like, here's your plot of land. And you're like, I have to guard all this? Like, I really like it against mech players.
Yeah,
Because it's hard to ring with turrets.
yeah, and especially mech is really, not that good on Cyberforest ammo because Cyberforest has a lot of choke points,
Right.
and those are not a good thing for mech player since all their stuff could get really cummed up.
Yeah, they like choke points when they have siege tank based mech though, because they're all about that.
Yeah, that's gonna be good, but you can get broodlords and just let it be over with,
I can't make any broodlords, man. I don't know what you're talking. Alright, players are ready.
Fours are really
Loaded
good
it.
against broodlords right now, though.
Oh, did that buff actually help?
Yeah,
the range?
broodlords are something that you have to actually take out of at a certain point right now. You can just keep on making broodlords because fours are actually really good against broodlords.
Okay. Well, I guess
It's
they needed
surprising.
something.
It's surprising, to be honest. I didn't expect
Yeah.
this, but it does make a really big impact on the game.
Right, it's strange when you read a patch note and you're like, I don't think that'll change too much. And then you actually play the game and see the meta warp around that patch change. And you're like, holy cow, this balance hangs on the thread of a couple numbers.
Yeah. Just
And range is definitely one of those.
just a little bit of more range,
Yeah.
So, on Cyber Forest, actually leading 2-1 against Mamba, we have our blue Terran. His name is Uzi Koti.
And spawning in the top left in the red by the clan Alpha X, the red Zerg, it's Mamba. It's Mamba.
It's Mamba the snake.
Mamba. Black Mamba.
I feel like we're becoming rivals. Ooh,
Ooh.
ouch.
Ooh. Saucing up the whole show match a little, right? It just
Yeah.
lets them know. That'd be interesting. I wish we could grab Uzakati real quick and just go, and what do you mean by that? What do you mean by you're becoming rivals?
I need to practice against Free Rex.
Oh, his mind's still on game one. He's still
Yeah.
thinking about that 3-Rex.
Yeah, that was nasty.
It was. That
And,
was.
and he had the perfect answer to it and still lost, actually. Ooh, gonna be game 5 again. Ooh, calling it out, Mamba.
Oh, he says. Cyber Forest loser picks map. This is mine,
Ouch.
right? If you're Uzakati and you read that and you read somebody say like, yeah, by the way, I win this map, right? It's like you want to win it first before you talk like that. You want to prove it.
Well, but what's going on in Mamba's mind at the same time? What if I lose this? After I said that, it's both way around. Yeah, it's a bold
Mamba's favoring
statement.
these pool first openings again too.
Yeah, I think it's actually good for him to play a little bit safer. In this long best of fives, it actually doesn't make that big of an impact. You have your links out quite soon. You have your first queen coming out. You have to just maybe get a little bit later third base because you don't have stuff to actually defend from the Reaper. But it's overall not a big deal, to be quite honest.
With how well Mamba handled the Mass Reapers last game,
Yeah, that was a really good one. He always knew when to withdraw and when to actually move onwards. That's something that...
surprised they lost that now.
That's a fast
Yeah,
layer. That's a really fast layer, man.
that is a bonkers fast layer. Like the second that he's not being scouted, throws down another gas.
Yeah.
Is he gonna cancel link speed? Was that a trick?
Well, You caught me off guard, man. I don't really know. I don't think he's gonna cancel link speed because he needs to scout a little bit with those links. So he needs to be out on the map.
Well, sure, but if this is like a 2-base Spire, maybe? What is this?
Could be a 2-base Spire, or it could be just an early Roach Hydra timing. I don't know.
Swarm Host? Well, if it was Roaches, he would want to have his Roach Horn finished by the time the lair finished to line up his Glial Constitution, right?
Yeah, that's something. Yeah, but this is a super early lair. Oh, and that's Nidus. And that's linked Nidus. Who?
Mama. Oh my goodness. Yeah, it's
double Nidus. Ooh. So he's gonna. Yeah, he's gonna drop a Nidus in the main, one in the natural, and just a lot of lanes gonna go straight at workers.
Oh my gosh. Oh, and Uzukati's out on the map.
And yes, aliens.
Looking to deny some creep spread, right? Doing normal Terran versus Earth things.
And just gonna get into his vision.
And Overlord.
He checks the other one, and now he sees a lot of links. And just gets out, and he doesn't know about the Nidus. First Nidus on the way, and now he knows about the Nidus.
Wow, really quick reaction though.
Ooh, the Overseer barely survives.
It does. 2 Nidus Worms in the exact same place.
Yep, there's gonna be a lot of links coming out at the same time.
Okay. It's the triple Nidus.
Yeah, that's something weird, because the Banshee cannot cloak actually. There's an Overseer over there. A third Nidus gets in, the bunker gets denied barely. And those are a lot of transfuses, man.
I feel like this many Lings is still just gonna die to the Hellions though.
Yeah, I think he's gonna just withdraw right now. And he gets into the natural. Ouch.
With
no armory. No armory going on for Uzukoti, so he cannot change the mode of these aliens into Albats. He can just move into the natural and get damage done. The the first queen dies. A lot of Link dies as well. Well, the supply is not really going into Mama's favor, but the natural is overrun right now.
We're 35 supply versus 65. Worker lead to Uzukati. He's been cleaning this up.
And he has not any follow-up. He just GG's out. And Uzukati gets into finals.
That'll do it. Hey, Con. What was the score on that?
Well, I guess you won the bet, man.
Yeah! Get him,
Barely won the bet.
Alright. No, that's fine. It was shot in the dark, honestly.
Yeah, so
we're hopping back over to North America, right?
Yeah. So just gonna switch servers real quick. Well, I don't know what to think about this game, you know? I actually never saw Lynx and Nidus paired without upgrades. Against Terran, maybe it could work against Polos, I think. But against Terran, you know, those 4 aliens that get out to scout with good micro are just too much.
Right, to go full Lings against somebody who's going for Hellions, I'm not going to discount Uzukati's micro there and his positioning and the way that he handled that, but it seemed easier than it ought to have been, right? And I don't feel like the extra Nidus Worms did much.
No, I don't think not. Yeah, it's just, you know, more of the same. It's not something that could work. I think Mamba was already a little bit too committed about that kind of push.
Right, you don't make 2 Nidus Worms then not attack though. Like at that point you're
all in at that point.
Absolutely.
So we have a best of 7 finals. We're gonna see all of the maps.
Give me just 1 second.
Sure. We're going into veto phase. It's gonna be the same. Every player is gonna veto 1 map, and list the last one is gonna be the map our players are gonna play in. And then from the first game onwards, it's gonna be just losers pick. So King's Cove is out for the first game. I guess Uzi didn't really like playing, even if he won the map with the Master Reaper strategy, against someone like Starkiller that goes for those really aggressive builds. It's something that could be really, really different. Actually, I'm eager to see what this is going to be. You know, two really aggressive players, Uzi and Starkiller. So, well, who knows what's gonna happen. I kind of think we're gonna have a couple macro games, but most of the games are probably just gonna be really offensive, aggressive, early game pushes, 2 bases all in, cheeses and stuff like that. Well, I actually predict a Ravager all in by Starkiller at some point. It's something I really would like to see, and it's probably gonna happen. And well, at least the 2 Rex proxy by Uzikote is something that's gonna happen as well. Or maybe even a proxy Cloaked Banshee. Oh, who knows? We're just gonna see. So Paul Alexander is out as well, and New Repugnancy is the other pick by Uzikote. So 3 more vetoes until we're gonna decide what's gonna be our first map. So New Repugnance, oh, well, it was the same. Okay, Year Zero is gonna be the 4th veto. 2 more until we have our map. And well, what else? Convincing 3-0 victory by Starkiller, convincing 3-1 victory by Uzikote, and another ZVT.
Yeah, we have the proxy 3 racks against the 12 pool, right? Like,
yeah,
these players have shown us.
Yeah, that's exactly what I just said. It's gonna be...
Okay, I apologize.
But this is funny, you know, Starkiller banned Port and Uzikote banned Alexander.
Yeah.
Well, by the way, I was just saying that, you know, I can expect a couple macro games in a best of 7, but I think they're gonna go nuts on those crazy aggressive builds.
Yeah, that seems to be the theme of the night.
Yeah. Well, it's nice to have... You know what I really want to see? I really, really want to see Ravager all in, a 1-base Ravager all in.
1 base?
Yeah, have you ever seen this?
Yeah, of course. I mean, you give a Zerg a new unit and they'll try it, right?
Yeah.
That's,
That's true.
So I've run into it, but I guess having been playing Protoss lately, it's not really an issue for Protoss. They're like, I'm 1-base Ravager. You're like, okay.
Yeah, it's not really good against Protoss, but it's so good against Terrans.
Yeah?
Yeah, it really is. It's something that actually players started doing a lot lately.
Okay.
It just consists of, you know, getting 2 extractors and staying on like 14 or 15 workers overall. So having like 8 or 9 workers on minerals and something like that. And then getting 4 Ravagers and move out. That's all.
Sure.
You get 4 Ravagers and you move out. You move out around the 3rd minute mark. So at 3 minutes you have 4 Ravagers.
So you're not doing the thing where you like fight with them as roaches and then morph them as Ravagers when they start getting low or anything like that?
No. You already get Ravagers because you, if the opponent goes really defensive, it's probably gonna have an high ground tank. So you get the overload in position. You use your 4 bites on the tank, so the tank dies. The tank dies by the 4 bites, and then you just go nuts because he probably can counter this if he gets the tank. So it's really, really good because it is so early. It's so early. And then you just try to get as many links as possible to, you know, give like a little bit of a mid shield.
Right.
And, well, it's a good build. It's a really good build.
I hope one of them does it so you can walk me through it.
Yeah, I hope so. But Starkiller is, well, I think he kinda, has this little habit of going for super aggressive builds. So I expect this to happen. I really want to see this, but I know I will.
Uh-huh.
Well, at least that's what I hope.
Yeah, it looks like they're thinking about the maps here.
Yeah, I think we have our map actually.
Right. So zero.
It's gonna be. Yeah. Steps of war. Okay. So Automaton is our map. One-based rush would be pretty strong on it.
He's thinking the same thing you are, yeah?
Yeah.
I mean, he said roaches instead of ravagers, but
Well, it's our secret weapon,
Legacy of the Void build on old Wings of Liberty maps. Man,
Yeah,
I'm so glad.
that's unbalanced. Yeah.
I'm sorry, say that again?
Yeah, that would be pretty imbalanced, to be quite honest.
Yeah, like what would you do if they released the next map pool and it just like had Steps of War and like we're removing year
Oh.
0 and you're like, oh, I kind of like that. It was a big map, it was beautiful. Like, and we're putting in Steps of War. Like, Blizzard. I don't know who's part of the show, but
I probably just ban it.
oh, you would?
Yeah,
You wouldn't
I
embrace.
I actually
embrace the
started
wall?
playing in Legacy of the Void. I didn't play before.
Oh, see, you'd get to like connect to a little piece of StarCraft history, though.
Yeah, but I used to watch it. So I used to watch a lot of StarCraft, but I didn't play it.
Oh, okay, so you watched it before you
Yeah,
got into it.
yeah. So I know what Steps of War is, and I would be just a little bit too scared about playing against players that actually played a lot of games on that map, and I did not.
Right.
So that would be a small disadvantage that I'd rather not take.
Of course. All right, where's old Starkiller at?
Yeah, he said he was going to take a small break. He said be right back. So we're just gonna wait a couple minutes.
Okay.
So first map is Automaton. First time
It
today
is.
we're gonna see an Automaton game. And well, it used to be my favorite map. Then I started losing all my games on it.
Oh no, that's
Yeah.
no good.
That's not good.
Yeah, I'm not very good on Automaton either. It's rough.
It's a good map for Terrans actually in ZVT. You have all those like sneaky sieging positions, and it's good for mech as well. But it's good for roach rushes as well. Oh wait, what's happening?
Yeah. It's the hardest part of running any kind of tournament or organization or show match or what have you. It's wrangling players, right?
Yeah.
Getting them where they need to be.
So we got a couple minutes.
Yeah, I think it's fine. Both those players actually played a pretty tense series. But Starkiller won 3-0. But it was, there was those three crazy builds that just,
Right.
it gets on your nerves. Cheesing 3 times in a row, it can get a little bit weird. But actually, the first game wasn't really a cheese. It was more of a timing attack with really
like
good
if you're-
disruption.
Fighting a person within, a few MMR of you, and blow him out 3-0 and send him on his
Yeah.
way. You know, that gets you in that winner's mindset there. I don't think you need a break after that.
Yeah.
You want to take that inertia, run it forward.
Well, probably you're right. Well, maybe he had to go to the bathroom. Who knows?
Who knows?
Who knows? He
More
knows.
importantly, we got him here. He's in the lobby. We
Yeah.
found him. We found
We-
Star Killer. Don't
we
worry
called
about
him.
the stars. We have the Star Killer. Alright.
Well, the stars should worry.
Yeah, if I were a star, I saw Grandmaster.
Yeah.
Star Killer also has his 2 stars in his little portrait there.
Yeah, and a dinosaur just chasing them. So
Yeah, is the dinosaur the Star Killer?
yeah, I think it's
Is-
kind of metaphoric, you know.
Yeah, that those stars are in danger.
Yeah.
Those are not happy stars.
No, they're not. They're not Super Mario stars.
No, like how they usually have like the big old grin. No, those stars are passive,
Yeah,
terrified fear.
they're panicking right now.
Absolutely. All right, we got the finals going. We get to do the
Ooh,
finals.
finals hype, game 1.
That's right.
Well, hope it's gonna be a game 7. I have to be honest. I want to see an ace match. Well, here we are in Automaton spawning in the right side. It's not the corner, it's a side. In the right side, we have our Terran player. Is Uzi Koti. 5 minutes, no rush.
And spawning in the left, trying to break a deal.
Oh my
The red
god.
Zerg. It is Star Killer.
He's going for a 15-14 again.
Oh, let's go. Oh, is he about to? Wow, Uzukati really wanted to play steps. Like,
Yeah,
I feel like if you grabbed Uzukati and just said like, "Hey, bud, change your plans."
we're
I
gonna
know
play
we usually
stats.
play current maps, but we're literally gonna put you on steps of 4. You just let's go.
But you have to get Nidus, you know?
Yeah, I mean, who needs a Nidus? You're right there. Like, you just walk.
Well, that's true.
It's... Alright, hatch first at a Star Killer.
Yep,
Rax
that's a
gas out
hatch
of
first
Uzukati.
with an extractor trick. So he's just a little more minerals, a little bit later spawning pool and extractor. That's the bulk of it.
Tricked us though. I saw him doing that extractor trick and thought there was something Star Killer like coming out.
Yeah, you can't expect something to happen if he does it. But he's going for something really standard. So
Yeah, what? I don't know what I expected, but this wasn't it. We're just gonna play out
a macro
that's a
game?
macro game.
What?
What?
What is this?
On the low ground? Is he positioned? Is he about to?
Oh,
Am I
what?
seeing this right?
And
What-
the Reaper? The SCV Scout. Where is the Reaper?
Reaper's still
Oh,
on
the
the way.
Reaper is still on the
Halfway-
way. Oh,
Yeah, halfway done.
he's gonna see a notch first. He's
Yeah.
gonna see a spawning pool. He's gonna be terrified by this.
Hey, what's that building in the top right? That SCV's building. Uzukati doesn't make those in TVZ. Like what is that?
What is this?
It looks like it might turn into a command center.
No, there must be something wrong, you know?
Game's glitched again, man. What's
Yeah.
this?
This is an NG bay. This is an NG bay. It must be.
Okay. Alright. It's just a really big engineering bay. Oh, there's a marine out. Is he gonna gank this overlord? Is he gonna sit
Oh
over-
yeah, I think
Did
he. I think
make
he's
one
gonna.
marine just to do this dirty little move?
Yeah, I think that's what is going to happen right now.
Nope, that. Okay, good Reaper control. Doesn't quite get
Yes.
anything. Just kind of throw some grenades, ruin those Earthlings days.
Yeah, it's pretty standard. You know, you just get a little bit of scouting. You can delay the third base of the Zerg player, but it's a killer, so you know there's not gonna be a third base, but there's gonna be a Larry in his main base.
Yeah, this is
And he
again,
barely
very
sees it.
early there.
He scouts
And he
it.
sees it?
Yep, he
He
sees
does.
it, and he sees the
Yep.
extractor as well,
Full vision. Wow, Reaper's still alive. What?
and it dies right now. So he's going for attack club, a starport. This could be Banshee, cloak Banshees. It could and it could not. I don't know. Yeah, he lifts the barracks. This is gonna be cloak Banshees.
I think Helly and Banshee is gonna have a bad time against Suitcase.
Oh, actually, I was wrong. This is gonna be Cyclones and Medivacs.
Strange.
probably. I expect the least Viking. Well, maybe it's gonna
Please
go
go
for...
past the non-existent wall. SCVs huddle together for warmth,
Yeah,
safety in these dark times.
He's just gonna get a nice scout, and he's going for Vikings, because he knows Starkiller is going for a lair, and he's expecting the spy play that is actually happening. Spy
Oh no!
thrown down.
It's a
by
two-base meet
Starkiller.
against reactive Vikings. This is
This is a build order loss in my book.
yeah. I would much rather be in Uzukati's position here than
Yeah.
trying to figure out how to make a two-base Muto working at somebody who knows it's coming, right?
And this Viking is just gonna deny so much vision as well. As soon as he finds the overlords, I mean, and he scouts the spy with his scan, so it's a good catch.
Right, costing him 2 scans to find out about the Spire. He sees that it's progressing. It's all, more than halfway done. It's like in that third little blah sort of growth phase. I don't know how to explain it. You know how they get bigger before they're finished?
Yeah, it's how would you? It's a morphing. I guess it's a morphing.
Absolutely. All right, so we have he built a siege tank just in case it's some kind of hype. No, he started a siege tank.
7 mutas.
Scanned the Spire, confirmed that it was air, canceled the siege tank, started the cyclone.
It's a good reaction. I think Uzikoti has the answer to all those mutas. A lot of Vikings are coming out as well, and Vikings actually outrange mutas. So.
With some decent micro here. Ooh, is this a mech opener? This will be the first mech game we've seen today.
Yeah, I think it is. I think it's gonna be, because I see a factory and another tech lab. While the barrack is just gonna... Yeah, the barrack is just a scouting barracks, and he gets into the main, but all those cyclones, all those Vikings, are just gonna shoot the mutas away. No damage dealt.
Yeah, when you commit this hard, this many resources, and this much opportunity cost to building these mutas, you want to get a little bit more done than that. Like that's...
Yeah, you just got a Viking and not much more. And the transition out of Starkiller is good. He's getting his third base saturated, he's getting his Watch Warren, his +1 ranged. He knows he's gonna be against mech, so he gets the best unit against mech, that is Roaches.
Meta's just on patrol, looking for third bases.
Yeah, he's gonna pin Uzikot in his base for quite a while, I think. Uzi has no turrets. Yeah, he has one.
I feel like these Vikings could just... Here we go. Meta's dash in. They're actually getting some pretty decent damage here.
Yeah. No cancel on the tower as well. On the turret as well. So that's a bit of minerals lost by Uzikoti. And the Roaches on the way.
Yeah, that's damage, that counts.
Starkiller is a quite convincing spot, actually. I counted him off a bit too soon, I think.
You think Starkiller's in a good spot?
Yeah, I think he is. He has his 4th base running. He has a lot of workers. 66 workers. He's gonna get to 75 or 80 probably. And he has a lot of Roaches on the way as well. This is the first tank coming out of Uzikoti's factory.
Oh
no, the second.
You need to rebuild that turret. Those mutas are still there.
Oh,
these SCVs.
Ouch. And I think at least 4 of them are gonna die.
Yes, 3, 4, 5.
Gosh. 6 workers die, and all those mutas are just gonna
stand there. Me, please. Sir, please create the turret. There you go. There's the turret.
9 workers killed. Not bad.
I like Uzi's position, or Starkiller's position a lot better now. A lot better.
He's in a really good spot. Yes, those links for the Cyclones. Yes, fast Roaches. Yeah, a lot of Ravagers moved in as well. This is a game-ending army, man. This is a strong and scary army.
Okay. Hey, I take it back. I really like Starkiller's position here.
Those are some tanks well positioned, though. 3 tanks can actually... Vikings grounded.
I honestly think that doesn't matter against this kind of army.
Yeah, it's just more stuff against less stuff at this point.
Hey, have you ever seen someone get run over by a car?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ouch.
I feel like I'm watching it, and it's a game. You know, it's like picture
Ouch.
perfect. This is it.
This is a really good timing attack.
Absolutely. That's a lot of Roaches. That's a lot of Ravagers.
That's a lot of Ravagers. That's a lot of gas spent into those Ravagers.
Forces the list. He's comfy on 4 bases back at home.
Yeah, he has a lot of workers. His supply is just, it's just dwarfing Uzicote's supply. It's more than double.
Yeah.
And you can
like, you
just
can make the
pile
whole-
everything.
But Roaches are supply inefficient, and they're. It's like, yeah, but when you have double, you can be a little inefficient. It still works out.
Still. And all those Ravagers get it a little bit more inefficient, but look at those piles. How much value are they getting? Almost gets a command center. That needs to be repaired.
Trying
Ooh.
to juke.
Ooh, so close!
Oh my gosh!
I think he dodged one bile, and the only bile that he dodged was the one that would have killed it. And +2 on the way as well. +2 range as well. 4 bases
With 3
saturated.
Siege coming out at a time, I think Uzakade can eventually reclaim this low ground.
Yeah, but
But,
Stakula is on 5 bases, man. 82 workers to 47.
Right, but then, like,
Just
even
look
if
at
he
the
does fight for this base and get it, then he gets to be on 3 bases against 5, as you said, which is not a winning position.
No, and Stakula is going for a hive as well. Yeah, he's probably gonna deflect this or maybe not. 6 tanks out. Oh, this is gonna be the end of Uzicote probably. He lost another 12 workers. That's really not what he wanted. He's gonna keep this position, but yes. No mining income, little gas income, and he's just wishing that Stakula goes back. Yeah,
Uzakade was really trying to push forward there, but he was leapfrogging his tanks in this various stage of like a few were forward, a few were back. And he had some kind of clunky shift queued commands in there.
yeah.
And so even though that fight was probably going to be won by Starkiller anyway, it cost him a lot less than it ought to have.
Look at this overload. Look at him.
Just dropping the
Oh,
creep.
yeah, that's nasty, man. Stakula has the funniest strategies around. We have to be honest. It's just so funny to watch.
Yeah. And we got Vipers on the way, we got +3 missile weapons, we got
+1.
Hive done.
Grew spines
Everything's-
for Hydra's transition as well.
Yeah,
5th
everything's
archery going strong. Yeah, he's really going strong. He's maxed out actually. And finally Uzicote decides to take the top base, the top right base instead of the one in the middle.
Well, he doesn't have any anti-air. Well, I guess he has a Cyclone. Couldn't he take the Cyclone of Viking chilling right above this Overlord, move it down there and kill that Overlord? Is that not an option?
Yeah, it actually is an option, but you have still to wait that the creep gets back, So it will just be more time delayed until you can actually land the...
Wow, upgraded Cyclones get down on Overlords. That was
Yeah,
brutal.
there was
just-
there was an upgraded Cyclone as well, so that's a lot of damage. And but that's a lot of army supply for Sakila. A lot of
Definitely.
thing.
Moving in. Oh, those are sacrificial roaches.
Yeah, but those tanks are just getting a lot of value.
Yeah, I like the siege tank positioning here. They kind of
it's great.
play all of this
But
space
Vipers,
between-
man, Vipers are just gonna shut this down.
Here
Good
comes
at
the
that
Pulse.
here, and the Thor is just basically alone. He has enough energy to abduct his other tanks as well. The tank on the high ground gets a little bit more value, but Stakiller has just a lot of army supply still. A lot of his stuff is just waiting to come
Right,
inside.
well, he's far enough ahead that he can just
Yeah,
take these armies.
and
run
look at the production, man. Look at the production. Great Aspire, 10 Corruptors, and 10 Hydras. This is gonna be Bloodlords. Bloodlords are gonna end this game.
Right, like even if Uzukai stabilizes here, rebuilds at the 3rd, it's still 38 workers to 85.
Yeah.
Right, and he's been reset on the army supply, and he's behind in upgrades, and he's trying to work the eye of the tiger, and we always have to respect that that the player isn't out until all of his buildings are destroyed or he taps out. But
it's something even of a mind game, you know, just getting the opponent to think that you are in a better spot, so that in the next series the opponent gets less cocky. You know, it could be something more mind game-ish. But those blue worlds, man, I think Uzikotti is just gonna tap out as soon as you see them.
Right, his total sum of anti-air is 2 Vikings against 7 Broodlords.
And that's not enough.
Right, that's
he's probably gonna tap out now. I don't see him answering to this in any way. He's just gonna A-move with the Corruptors, and Vikings are just gonna die.
Yeah, that will
Another anti-air.
That's
that will do it. And here's the GG. Starkiller gets game 1.
First game.
It was a macro game.
Yeah, it went to Hive Tech.
Yeah.
I mean, it started off with the 2-base Muta, a definite timing attack that I thought
but he
had the answer to.
Yeah,
that
he
he
had the answer actually. But I don't know, there was just something in the transition from Starkiller that was so good, because those Mutas got the value of pinning Uzikotti into his base, you know, delaying his expansion, so Starkiller could get a fast third and just be around with the Mutas, trying to deal as much damage as possible. And at that point, Starkiller has a 4th base, while Uzikotti didn't even start this 3rd one. So that's all, that's just momentum. ZVT is all about momentum. So King's Cove is gonna be our next map. Once again, King's Cove, ZVT.
Yeah.
I really want to see what's gonna happen. That's a big map.
Which was the map that Uzikotti proxy 3-raxed on?
It was Kairos Junction.
Kairos, of course,
Yep.
of course. I wonder if when they hit Kairos Junction, Uzikotti reaches into his little back pocket there, pulls out his notebook of
Wow.
followers.
What if Starkiller has actually seen that game?
I mean, maybe.
Oh, it could be.
I feel like Uzikotti, it was pretty good. Like, even if Starkiller knew it was coming, it might still be a battle, yeah?
Yeah. It was... He had a good answer, you know? I don't know. I really like this, his 3 barracks Reapers as well on King's Cove.
Definitely, yeah, that was...
I kinda want to see that again, but against Starkiller, I don't think it's a good idea to make such an aggressive build against him.
I mean, I hope that he didn't just cheese Mamba out. Well, let me catch myself before I say something I don't mean.
Yeah.
I hope that he didn't do all of his aggressive builds against Mamba, and then he gets like, okay, now we're in the finals, and now I'm against Starkiller, and now we'll play the macro game, and we'll take the, early thirds and get the double engineering bang, the upgrades, and focus on the drops and controlling the creep. Like that if he just switched it from what got him here,
Yeah, that will be, something that really get into your nerves, because you're actually changing your playstyle because you're facing a different opponent. That's not the way it should be, You're just you're just better off doing your thing and being confident about your builds. Even if maybe the opponent saw your builds, you can just roll with it and be the better, do them better.
If they're good enough builds and if you're good enough at them, then it mitigates the fact that they know that it's coming.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what Starkiller playstyle is. He's gonna do something real aggressive, but even if you react perfectly, as we see in the last game with the Muta play, you still have your, it's still hard to play against someone who's so aggressive, because, well, maybe it's even scary, to play against someone that's really aggressive, because you're always on, you're always pinpointed, you just think, now this is gonna happen, now I have to defend from this, and so you're just kind of tunnel visioning, maybe.
Alright, spawning in the top left.
Oh,
He got the
I love
first
this.
dam.
I love this.
Here we go for King's Cove. He's got a gas geyser on the way already. It's the Red Zerg Starkiller.
And here, in the bottom right corner, playing as the Blue Terran and already having the nasty barracks on the low ground, going for a Mass Reaper play, is Uzi Koti. Oh, I love this, man. I actually
There
love
it
this.
is. Low ground racks, high ground racks. This looks... We've seen this before.
Yep, just a couple minutes ago. Just 20 minutes ago.
Yep, alright, run it again, Uzukati. Just run the tape and we'll see how it handles differently, yeah?
And
Those grenades were so good though. I thought those Reapers would die.
that was so close, so clutch. Yep.
Yeah.
And actually, the thing I really like about this is that Starkiller is going for something really similar to what Mamba did. Mamba did that because he was kind of afraid of the free Rex proxy. So he played a spawning pool first extractor and then actually all of his games. And that's kind of what Starkiller is doing, even though he's going for something a little bit more aggressive, a little bit more minerals heavy. He pulled all of his drones out of gas and is moving his links out. And but he's gonna be disappointed because this is a low run wall. First Reaper is moving on as well.
3 more on the way. He's got his buddies coming.
Yep.
I just remember looking up the production tab and then seeing like, oh, okay, he's making 7 Reapers, and it was just like, oh, okay, we're live. Like, let's do this, huh?
Yeah. And just 3 Reapers at the time is still a pretty scary thing, to be honest.
This is one of the fastest possible macro speeds you could get, though, right?
Yeah.
To go gas and then pool, right?
Yeah, it really gets you going really fast as far as units are concerned. But your economy really suffers from it.
We're only 3 minutes into the game, and we already have metabolic boost finishing up. These Reapers are not safe.
Ooh, nice save.
This is
Ooh,
getting these lings out before the
man,
critical mass hit.
Starkiller's micro. Oh my god, he got all 3 Reapers. That was sick. And saved
kinda
the drone
baited
as
him
well.
into, kept the lings hidden, and now he's moving out across the map. He's ready to come put
Yeah.
on some of his own pressure here.
I didn't like the fight Yuzikoti took because it was on this, you know, this place on the natural of Starkiller that has no ramp, so he cannot go. Sorry, no cliff, so he cannot get away. And that's
I mean, I didn't think
probably
he'd
that
expect
shows.
there to be that many speedlings, though.
Yeah.
Like, usually, that's your playground as the Mass Reaper players, that you have that little opening before speed's done.
Yeah,
but,
but he chose the one position to fight him in, probably.
Yeah.
He couldn't jump down, that's all. If he could have jumped down off the cliff, he would have saved all his Reapers, probably. But well, he has the upgrades going on, and that's something. Starkiller is back into droning, back into gas. So I think he's gonna try to do... Oh, Roach Warren. I was expecting a Baneley nest. Roach Warren and third base going on.
Right, because he has all the vision here. He sees that Reapers are still in production,
Yeah,
and so he's just going to start a Roachborn and say, all right, Mamba tried to hold it with Pure Ling, and
he didn't
we saw
work.
That even though that arguably, quote-unquote, should have worked, that Uzukati was able to mechanic his way around that.
Yeah,
But roaches, you can't really outsmart a roach, right? They're just numbers.
yeah.
And they're bigger numbers than Reapers. And so,
And they have the armor, so
definitely.
the natural armor against Reapers, they just don't deal damage to roaches. Let's be honest.
Yeah, it's a process.
Yeah.
Takes a minute. Ooh, I don't know that I like this from Starkiller, taking out his rocks here at his natural ramp. Like, wouldn't you want the Reapers pushing up to that choke point?
Well, it's kind of good for the roaches because it means you could have more roaches shooting at once. But you know what? Yeah, it's something really not that important, Aimo, because those Reapers could just, you know, jump on this fourth base location, so they could just get in by that placement. So they still have many ways to avoid choke points.
Starkiller's moving out. Uzukati...
He was just gonna back away. He was just gonna.
Backs off.
Yeah.
Takes a Ling with him for good measure.
A little bit of a dance. 2 Reapers die.
Oh,
Ooh.
Lings come in from the flank though. That's a lot of army there from Starkiller. He's got workers at 40 drones.
Those are really good grenades though. And 6 Marines on the way, Steampack on the way as well. And that's gonna be a lot of dead Reapers.
That was a hard fight for Uzukage.
Look at
there.
this engagement,
He up
man.
against this wall. Ravager's catching him on the way out. Good grenades, but that was most of the Reapers there.
Yep, he lost a little bit too much, I think, at this point. While at the same time, Starkiller has his ladder going on. So yes, his tech upgrade in case if he loses all of his army. And I don't think he's actually gonna lose all of his army, because those Marines unsteamed, well, they're not gonna last enough.
Right, if you press L to pull up the resources lost, you can see just how bad of a fight that was for him.
Yeah.
Because you're supposed to be cost efficient at the very least with Reapers. You can go 1-to-1.
And the supply depots are just gonna fall. Oh, there's a bunker, but you know, more bites on the bunker, and the bunker is gonna go down. Oh, he kills a lot of his Zerglings with the bites, but the SCVs have been pulled, and this is gonna be really close because the Ravagers actually are focusing the SCVs. He's gonna lose his army, but well, Uzukage is gonna lose way more.
Pretty overzealous there from Starkiller. That was a fantastic hold. That was very efficient there for Uzukage.
From Uzukage, yes, but that's a lot of dead workers, and 10 workers on the way for Starkiller, getting to 47 actually right now. And what? Double Evo Chamber, Gladiator Reconstitution, and more roaches on the way.
Well, right, but he has, what, 2 minutes, maybe, until we have medevacs, stim packs, upgrades.
Yeah, I think he actually has a little bit less than 2 minutes. I think he's,
oh, right, this
yeah,
draft just finished.
I think he's gonna move out in about 30 seconds.
Once he starts these medevacs, right, that's kind of the last game we saw him move, or sorry, last time he played this map, we saw him move out when as the medevac spawned. Those kind of acted as his timer for when to move out with this big old ball of bio.
The 2 medevacs where he's just going. And he actually has a little bit more Marines than he did last game, because he transitioned earlier.
Oh, apologies.
He made a little bit less Reapers, but he actually lost some Marines as well, so the number is pretty much even.
Right.
But Starkiller
We
has...
have 41 Marines, 2 medevacs. This is it. This is the push that killed last time. So we'll see how it works against roaches instead of mass laying, because instead of leaning on banelings, we have
Biles.
we'll have an upgrade lead. We'll have 1-1 versus nothing, but that's such a significant pack of roaches.
Yeah, I think once again, just micro will be the key to this, because dodging those bites, ooh, he bites his own roaches, and that's something you don't want to happen. Dodging the bites is super important right now. Actually, Starkiller is pushing the Marines through. They try to dive in. The Medivas can't stand all this healing, but all of the roaches died.
Fantastic fight from Uzukage.
Yeah, that was really good. And the workers have been pulled. I think those Marines are actually gonna... Ooh, wow. That is a drop into the main. Ouch.
That was some quick splitting there to load up those 2 medevacs and 1 to the main, 1 to the natural.
Well, just look at the amount of workers that died in this push. 12
He's
workers.
kind of reset the worker setup back to
exactly
even.
But he's going strong on Marines, rallying through the map. Now they're coming back to the base, but the tanks, well, the tanks are just gonna be the end of those roaches if it doesn't move up right now.
So
+2/+2 on the way as well from Starkiller, and at the same time +1 mech weapon and +2 bio for Uzukage, +2 bio weapons, of course. So a small drop by Uzukage as well into the natural, probably to get a bit of scouting information as well.
right, we're seeing 2 evolution chambers here out of Starkiller, and only 1 engineering man of Uzukage. So the longer this goes, I mean, until we have high, there will be some strange timing windows as this +2 weapons finishes for Uzukage, but then he'll lose that timing window as +2/+2 finishes, but then eventually he'll get 3/3 faster, probably. So
I really like this multi-prong by Uzikoji, but the spread of units by Starkiller is really good as well. He's not gonna deal a lot of damage right now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wait,
He gets two drones for a Marine.
2 drones from a Marine. He is just
Yeah.
gonna... actually...
Oh, tricky.
Yeah, that was...
Tricky Uzi.
Look at the other medivac right now. He's gonna unload all of the Marines. And the roaches
Oh my
are a
gosh.
little bit out of position. I think he wants to snag some over... Yeah, that's what he wants to do. And that's crippling, mates. That's crippling. That's 3 overloads dying.
Yeah, that was...
Not a small deal.
Also importantly, this has kept the Roaches pinned into Starkiller's main base.
Yeah.
And so the 3rd base was able to get up without any kind of harassment or roach run bys or any kind of pressure from Starkiller there.
And
So
the
these drones have
upgrades
a
count.
purpose.
The upgrades count is also quite catched up. Oh,
Mhm.
barrel roaches. Ooh. Tunneling close going on for Starkiller.
Right, Mass Roaches, +2/+2 finishing for them.
Barrel
Oh.
and tunneling close. I like it. Can't say I don't
That's
like
a
it.
pretty healthy siege tank count, though. We're up to 4
Yeah.
Liberators on the way, too. Worker lead for Uzukati. I really like his position here.
I think they're pretty much in an even spot. It all depends on how much damage Starkiller does with those borrowed roaches. Tunneling Clouds can be a powerful upgrade if you can use it properly. But the Sensor Tower by Uzikote is probably gonna deny most of the damage.
Right. They tunnel down, they burrow, but they don't go so deep that you can't sense them.
Exactly. But it wants to try to move onto the tanks. I think. Yeah, he borrows all of his roaches.
Yeah. 5 scans banked up here for Uzukati. I don't know if he's just trying not to
Ooh.
mine out every one of his bases too quickly.
The
or if
Liberators will
he's-
attack
or if he's
uncontested.
ready
man.
to scan a lot.
The Liberators are totally uncontested. There is no Ravager and there are just 3 Queens. Those 2
Alright,
Liberators
Roaches
could
burrow.
deal a lot of damage.
They're moving up. There is a missile turret. There is a sensor tower. Siege tank fires. Oh, he outbursts. Oh, this is going to be a disastrous fight
Yeah,
for Starkiller.
this is
here.
gonna be
We have
really
a
bad.
long
A lot
position,
of tanks.
Great siege tank line there. Medivacs to back up these Marines. That was so efficient there for
And
Uzukati.
look
That
at the
was-
main base of Starkiller, man.
Oh, we have drops going on. We have Liberators sieging the natural. That was really convincing there out of Uzukati.
Yep. And actually Starkiller wants to move once again onto the supply depots and try to dive onto the tanks, but at the same time he's losing all of his workers.
He does. He gets into the back line. That was, what was that? 17 roaches.
Oh well, man. This is gonna be it. He calls the GG and he's damn right to do so. What a great defense by Uzikote and a great multi-prong as well.
Yeah. So,
You're lagging a little bit, man. Ayo, Rush.
I'm definitely getting there. Giving
Mate, you're lagging. You sound like a robot. I can't hear anything you're saying. I'm sorry.
Oh, you sound like a robot too. Alright.
I can't understand anything. Okay, he is gonna come back soon.
Alright, how's that?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
That's good.
Yeah, you had the robot voice too. That was tough.
oh, okay.
Alright, well cool. Yeah, 1-1, right? Tied
Yeah,
up.
1-1, and it was two pretty one-sided games, I'd say. Uzikote was pretty much in control for the most part of this game, and Starkiller was in the game before. But
Right, like
that
they kind of
means
both-
it's actually a pretty close series.
Right, that they both had game plans, and they were able to say, like, alright, I'm doing a 2-base Muta into a Ravager push into, right, in that first game, Starkiller just grabbed map control and ran with it, right?
Yeah,
And then in game 2 here, Uzukati just said, I'm doing my Mass Reapers. I'm starting it off exactly how I thought,
Yeah.
Mama, and I'm doing my
and he
40
just
Marine
stick
push.
with it, he just did his thing. That was
Yeah.
what we were talking about before the game started. And that's exactly what we want to see from those two players.
It's interesting that he did the same thing twice and it worked twice.
Yeah,
Right.
I think it's a very strong build actually on this map.
But doesn't that fly in the face of normal, like, tournament preparation logic where you say, well, if they know that you're going to do it, then you might want to mix up your gameplay, and part of preparing for a series is being tricky enough and moving around and, you know, putting your chess pieces in place so that they don't know where they are.
Actually, yeah, I think you're probably right, but it's not the first time I see actually a player, especially a Taiwan player, doing those kind of weird builds more of once in the same day. Maybe during a tournament, you know, the day after, you're just not gonna do it again. But in the same day, well, I don't think that players have actually the good answer. And I don't think actually Starkiller had the good answer to this. And I actually don't know what the good answer is.
Yeah, I mean, the answer to one Reaper is like one queen. The answer to two Reapers is like a couple queens and a couple lings. The answer to like 15 Reapers seems to be get ready for the 40 Marines afterwards.
Yeah,
right?
that's exactly it. So it's Banelings. The good answer is Banelings.
Well, that's what Mamba tried, right? He had the Banelings, he had the creep, and Uzakati made it happen.
Yeah,
Anyways.
yeah, but he just microed it perfectly. It was crazy. And he already had tanks. Don't forget this. He already had tanks. In this push, he didn't.
Yeah, they were beautiful.
By the way,
spawning in the top right, the man with the extractor tricks. He's done it again.
And a spawning
Time
pool.
1-1.
Ouch.
It is Starkiller. Yeah, and a spawning pool.
Yep.
Go for it.
This is a not opposite 15-14, I think. I don't know. We're just gonna see. Spawning in the bottom right corner of Kairos Junction, we have a blue Terran just tied up the result. He is Yusikoti. The score, sorry. Oh, heck. So, spawning pool first, extractor, and then an archery. So this is hard to scout, man. This is really hard to scout. I think we're talking Link Flood again.
You see Link Flood?
Yep, I do.
Would you not do gas and then pool if you wanted to do a Link Flood?
Yeah, but I think it's kind of the same thing, because, you know...
Yeah, talk me through this. What do you see?
Wait a second. Actually, he's a bit late on gas, because he pulled out drones out of his gas, and then he pulled them back in. And he has a little bit too late archery, so I think this is just some kind of scouting links, trying to get around looking for proxies. You know, maybe he saw that game versus Mamba. Where,
he wants that Reaper to move out across the map. That low ground command center, that juicy vulnerable SCV.
Yeah, that's something.
Cutting this strange angle here. These lings are tourists, seeing the whole map. And they're getting ready. They're biding their time.
Sharking around. The
Reaper sees that the Reaper hasn't left though. Uzakati's somehow wise to this. He says...
Yeah, but he actually scouted with the SCV into the base of Starkiller. So he saw the early spawning pool. And he kinda just left his Reaper back home. That's what the Reaper is for, anyway. And at the same time, actually, Starkiller is not going for gas at all. He doesn't want to transition into Banelings, nor Roaches.
He's not. He's pulling straight out of gas, so it looks like he just wanted to do this as a macro opening, where he got the advantage from going for the early pool to delay the command center.
Yeah,
but
that's
just
probably
that worker scout just paid off.
Yeah, but, you know, mules, man. Mules are strong.
Mules indeed. How much are they worth? Like 2.5 workers?
Yes, they are. 2.5 workers. 25 minerals per single.
Some running in, grab the Reaper.
Oh, that's a lot of them. And the Aliens as well.
Oh, that was timed out.
Good catch on the mule.
It's both mules. Uzakati trying to position them there, but...
And it's just kind of droning behind it. Gets more and more drones on the way.
Will be sung in the halls of heroes for just the... If there's Ling Heaven, those Lings are going there.
But look at this, man. Look at this.
They did their job.
Banshee and Cloak on the way.
Mm-hmm.
No lair.
Got a Roach Horn on the way though, so he'll be ready-ish. Hellions coming by.
Do you think he will be ready? Oh, a lot of SCVs are gonna die, man.
Oh, okay. I don't. Yikes. Yeah, that's okay.
Oh.
Trading workers here. We had some
but
workers. that
aliens
saw
are
others,
stronger, man.
But these Hellions.
Aliens are really stronger than things. That's a lot of workers died for Starkiller.
Oh my gosh, they're just
13, and they're just gonna go through it again. Loses one alien, and probably this is gonna be the end of this push. Not before taking another drone. 15 drones died overall.
15 drones. Oh my gosh. We have
Another Banshee is just gonna come out as well. First Banshee is already out. Cloak is almost finished. Actually, Starkiller saw this. He sees the Banshee, but he still doesn't have his spore colors. No delay. I think this Banshee is gonna deal. Okay, his spore colors just started. But he's probably gonna get like 2 or 3 workers, not much.
Oh my gosh, that's so many lings into the natural though. The wall's not done. There's only one Hellion, couple more spawning
2
out.
aliens right now, but one is gonna get catched in the best spot. The Banshees are just gonna, run the thing up, but more and more workers are dying in this game.
Yeah, that's a lot of
another
dead
mule.
Queen leaves the safety of the Spore there to go chase out the Banshee.
Yeah, it's a bit of miss micro
Back under control there.
for Uzikoti, but
These players are having a hard time just keeping a decent worker count, right?
Yeah,
that's the kind of the story so far.
just look at the workers kill tab. That's a lot of workers dead. 24 to 17. Oh, 24 to 18 now. The Banshee is just in the sweet spot to attack this tractor, avoid the spore crawler vision, get some more units on the way, and then gets out when it's out of energy, and the second Banshee gets in. So good scout on the Roach Warren, Steam Pack on the way, Lair on the way as well, on the third base. That's clever.
Kind of a late lair. Definitely delayed that in favor of a couple other tools here.
Yep.
Which means there's no Overseer to chase this Banshee. It kind of has free reign as long as it has the cloaking energy to poke around. As long as it's out of spawn range, the Queens can't really fight back.
Yeah, that's something that can pin you into your base, but I think Starkiller has dealt enough damage to actually not mind too much about this Banshee, like getting a Roach, a couple Lings, killing a couple drones.
Oh, definitely. I think if Starkiller had the chance to run his opening like this again, he'd take it.
Yeah, that's a really good one. Now the Banshee did a little bit of a mole move, and I think it's gonna go down. Yeah, it is.
Mm-hmm.
So overall, 24 workers killed by Starkiller and 20 workers killed by Uzikoti. While at the same time, a
we
full
have the
scout
lair
on the
built
base.
at the third.
Yep.
Usually, maybe I'm out of sorts here, but I'm used to seeing it in the main or the natural.
Well, against Terran, it's better to take it in the natural. Overall, it's a better idea. But getting in the third, like, the opponent doesn't really know, you already have it. And at this point, this base, if you lose your third base against the Terran in a macro game, you just lose the game anyway, probably.
Sure.
But yeah, it's a bit weird. I would have liked it more to see this in the natural of Starkiller, because that's the easier spot to defend between those two.
Definitely.
Uzikoti got his third command center on the way, and at the same time Starkiller gets his full factory. So everything is pretty similar. Income is just a little bit better for Starkiller, but we'll see what it is after this drop.
Definitely. We have Banshees moving over to the third and a double drop moving up to the main. And so it looks like we're going to see just trying to split here. Roach speed is done now and combat shields. So they're kind of falling into their patterns here, where Starkiller is going for that mid-game Roach composition. We'll probably see Burrow again. Drop in the main deploys. Gonna get an Overlord, but there's Roaches here ready to respawn. Good pickup there. Banshees reflect the lanes of the third base here for Rizikati.
Yeah, good counter to just keep those Banshees pinned in the base. But I actually think those two players are getting to the most comfortable spot, you know, getting their favorite army composition. Uzi is going for his Bio 10 comp, while at the same time Starkiller is going for his Roach heavy play. But man, this drop is dealing a lot of damage, and that's the exact reason why you don't want to take your lair in the main against Terran.
Oh gosh, definitely. That's asking for some trouble, right?
Yep, exactly.
You have enough tech there. You have enough good targets that you don't want to make even more for them to reward them for that.
And look at this.
Looks like we're... Sorry, go ahead.
And look at this. Another drop going on in the fourth base. So this bench is gonna die, but oh what? It is not
Can we
actually.
Can we talk about the roaches? Can we talk about the roaches in the main?
Yeah. The tank on the high ground is kinda dealing some damage, but the roaches are actually dealing a lot more. And this is
Right.
starting to look more and more like a base trade, man. A lot of workers dying on both sides. Uzi is not lifting his command center. Supply blocked as well. At the same time, all of the reinforcement of Starkiller are just pinned into base by those marines.
Right? It's like, I'm tired of holding all these drops, tired of dealing with you harassing me.
Well,
And
but
he just walks across the map and just destroys every mining base except his main.
well, but Starkiller is his +2/+2 going on. Uzi got his supply blocked. He's not mining from two different command centers. He actually lost one of the command centers. This is a game-ending counter. The counter by Starkiller really crippled Uzi. There is only this Banshee and these high ground tanks to kind of deflect this push, and it's not gonna be enough.
Right.
He tries to buy the Banshee. I don't know if that's the good idea. I think he
It's
can
pretty
just
low.
push.
One more bile and he's got that Banshee though. Marine's running back to here
Yeah,
trying to
but
hide out
Banshees
in the
are...
That's a lot of roaches.
And that's the 5 bites that can one-shot the tank. Tank on the high ground hours, and that's the...
Oh, definitely. Without the tanks, this is going
Yeah,
to be very hard.
that's the spot.
I expect we'll see a GG coming out here pretty soon.
That's
just
definitely
about
gonna
damage
happen.
that-
And here it is, the GG by Uzi. Starkiller with a convincing rush timing.
2-1.
Wow. He starts
Well
killing
done.
when he gets to these roach compositions there. When he gets his +1, gets his roach speed, he didn't look bulletproof to the drops and the harassment, but it was enough. And it wasn't
Yeah.
ever going to stop him there.
It's really, you know, weird when both players get into the most comfortable composition and it just begins to become, you know, just like a scrappy fight everywhere because they are so comfortable about what they're doing. They just trade out stuff, and then maybe just the upgrades did the difference. I don't know. It was really convincing, by the way, by Starkiller. He was always in the right spot at the right time, I think, and that lair maybe wasn't like a bad idea to delay it a little bit to get a more healthy amount of roaches, a bigger economy, since those
definitely.
benches actually didn't do that much damage. I would expect those benches to actually deal way more damage.
Right.
He had a lot of benches and he didn't do as much as he could with them, I think.
They had big dreams. They tried.
So next map is New Repugnancy.
What a fun map name. It's repugnant.
Yeah.
This map, gross. Can you imagine?
Do
Can
you
you imagine
like
if you're
it?
a Marine?
Do you
And you
actually
get your-
like it?
Sorry, go ahead.
Do you actually like this map?
No strong feelings one way or the other. It's
Yeah.
it's in the top half. It's above average.
Yeah, I don't actually feel the same way, I'm sorry. It's probably my second least favorite map.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
It truly is repugnant to you.
Yeah, it's kind of repugnant to me.
But can you imagine like being a space marine and you're looking at your like where are we going next, boys? And you look at your little pet tablet or whatever that they send you your dropship orders on, and it's like you're going to New Repugnancy. And he's like, I've never been there, but this place sounds like a hole. Like this sounds like a pit. Like I don't want to go to a repugnant.
Actually, the first thing I will think will be, and what about Old Repugnancy? What is this place? What would be Old Repugnancy? How much awful would it be?
Right, you have York and New York,
Yeah,
Hampshire and New Hampshire,
exactly.
and you have Repugnancy
and
New
Repugnancy.
We've never heard of Repugnancy.
Yeah.
Maybe that's just the best map ever, man. Maybe they're just keeping that in the back
who
pocket.
knows? Well, maybe it's like some comfy spot on Marsara or something like that.
Oh, maybe you're just chilling.
Yeah.
And they like in the same way they called Iceland, even though it's beautiful.
Yeah, and Greenland, it's instead the place with all the ice and stuff.
Absolutely, yeah. Maybe they called it Repugnancy.
Yeah, because it's actually really nice. Yeah,
it and it's just like, this is ours. Yeah, this is our repugnant paradise. Like, just don't worry about it, guys.
And then there is this place in the Copulu sector that is called, something like New Marvelousness or something like that, and it's the worst place ever. It's like full of acid and lava and stuff like that.
Like I don't know how many of these you have in Europe, but there's a lot of desert states in America, and you'll drive through them, and every city name is just trying to be so over the top and better than the next one. Like, this is paradise, and they're like, this is extra paradise. They're like, this is heaven. And you're just like, guys, it's the middle of the desert. Like, you're not fooling anyone.
Heaven is a pretty common name in the USA, I think. Yeah, I think so. But the thing I like the most, I'm Italian, no? And the thing I like the most is like seeing all those American cities that have the names of Italian cities.
Oh, okay. Like what? Like what are some that I might not have guessed?
There is Naples is my home city, and there is Naples in California.
Yeah, we've got all sorts of Naples over here.
Yeah, exactly. And there's Venice, New Venice, or something like. I think you have even something like. Wait, is Calgary in the States?
I'm sorry, say that again?
Is Calgary in the States? I don't think so. Yeah, it is. Is it? Yeah, it's basically the translation of an Italian city.
Oh, okay. Calgary?
Yeah,
so?
It's like C-A-G. Well, it's like this in Italian. Sorry. Here it is. You can see that it's pretty similar.
Okay.
Yeah. Just 2 minutes by Starkiller.
Just 2 minutes, guys. Just hey, we've been playing a lot. I need a little break. I'm up a game, but I need a couple minutes. He said 6 minutes ago.
And then it's just like, ordering a pizza or something like that.
Yeah, like, okay. Man, what if we had like an admin who just shook them down when they're back? Like, you needed a break, huh? And he's like, yeah, I need a little break. And he's like, what were you doing on your break? And he's like, that's kind of nosy, kind of personal. It's like, why did you say they needed 2 minutes when it was supposed to be 6?
That is kind of evil, I think.
Yeah, I wouldn't play in that tournament.
No, I wouldn't. I really wouldn't.
No, like the second that they start falling these things, you're like, what the? Like, what got into you, man? Leave me alone.
I'm even the kind of guy that, when you're playing in a tournament, I'm the guy that just has to, between one game and another, just 1,000 things happens, and I just have to go to the bathroom, or then I'm thirsty and I have to get some water, or then I'm feeling super sick. Yeah, all the stuff between one game and the other. They usually happen all together to me. So I just make casters wait for like 10 minutes before I get my second game in.
Yeah.
pausing in the middle of the game too. Like, hold on, phone's ringing.
Yeah, it happened to me actually that I get into a game and I have the drag with the mouse disabled, so I have to go into the pause the game, go into the options, and enable the scrolling with the mouse by getting it to the limits instead of using only the wheel button.
Got it.
And stuff like that. Or even, just music going at 100% volume in my ears and stuff like that.
Oh my gosh. When you have your game sounds down to like 4%, but you forget that they're that low, and then you have to and then you're like, oh yeah, I want to control M, right? Turn that music on. Give me that Brood War soundtrack. And then it's just like the orchestra just cues itself in.
And it's the most tense music ever, and you're actually just making your natural archery, something like that.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, we're live. All right, we got.
We're finally in.
We got him. We got him. He's here.
Got it. Yeah. Oh, New Repugnancy.
New Repugnancy.
The most beautiful place ever, according to us.
I mean, it kind of looks like a miserable desert state, just looking at this overview.
Yeah. But yes,
it doesn't look that nice, right?
No.
Like there's some green.
But it doesn't even look repugnant.
Would you want to live here? If you were wandering the world, would you build a home on this map?
I don't know, maybe just something like where an office, a studio, not my living house,
Well, this man is building his home here. It is Uzukati in the top right, Blue Terran. I did that out of order. That's him, Uzukati, top right, down a map.
I'm just zooming all over him again.
All right. He's still there. That's him. He's building a gas guy.
Okay. Let me go through this again.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, come on. I'm just zooming in more and more.
Oh, okay. There he is, building a gas geyser, populating that gas geyser. Oh my gosh, it's him. He's got a map. He's got a win. It's Uzukati, Blue Terran, Alpha X, Uzukati, right there.
Okay, that was amazing. And instead, going for his early pool as always, is the Red Zerg. He is Starkiller, going for a 10 minutes break.
That's right. Alright, so we have... This is Gas Pool Hatch?
Wait a second. Is this Mass Reaper?
It looks like it. The 2 low ground, the 1 high ground.
Oh god.
Yeah. Uzukati he played a couple maps out and he said, look, I know what works. I figured out the puzzle, right? I've got the gas timings down. This build order's crisp. Let's stick with it. What works? Let's just go for it, right?
Do you think actually Starkiller will react in the same way as he did the first game?
With the Roach? I think that's a very early Roach for him. I think that this is going to be aggressive build against aggressive build. And I don't like the way that early
I think this is a 2 days lane. I think this is a 2 days lane.
I think it's going to be effectively a 1 base all in. That hatchery is going to finish around the same time the Roach Warren does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's not making any workers. Yeah, it's just going for roaches.
Yeah. Yikes. I mean, good that there's a full wall, right? Always pleasant.
Yeah, but roaches on 1 gas? That's fishy. He's starting another queen as well.
Oh, did Uzukati's Reaper, he didn't see the Roach Warren though.
Nope, he didn't.
Dive deep into the vision. And he doesn't see the Zootrones as the natural either.
Well, man, this is a Roach. This is a Ravager all-in. I think it's a weird one. It's not the way it's supposed to be, but who am I to tell this to Starkiller?
Okay, so Starkiller is transitioning. He doesn't want to move out across the map with these Ravagers.
Yeah, and he's droning actually.
Oh my gosh. So who wins the opening then?
I think the mobility of the Reapers is something.
That's ambitious to commit to this kind of attack, though.
This is such a nice catch. This is such a nice catch.
That hurts.
The early game micro by Starkiller is just amazing. It's one of the best player to microing workers, I think.
Right, that's kind of how these early harassment units go.
Yeah.
Is you have to not lose it. It's okay if you don't do as much damage as you would like.
But you have to
Perfectly
kind of clump them, to a bigger number. I really agree about this.
Right. Alright, so it looks like Starkiller droned a little bit, just up enough to saturate one base,
And
then
get
right
the
back
second
into
gas.
roaches.
The second gas is really important as well.
Of course.
And he's going for a lot of roaches, man. He's not gonna send it to
factory,
it.
though.
Yeah.
No transition here.
I think he just wants to do his thing. He just wants a lot of Reapers and then a lot of Marines.
I think that when he sees that there's 0 drones at this natural mineral line, he should adjust his thing. I would like to see some bunkers. I would like to see some acknowledgement of this terrifying army moving across the map.
But, well, at this point, it could be a little bit too late, because all those Ravagers are just at the doorstep of Izikoti's base, and the supply depot goes down with Biles.
Yeah, they're here. That supply depot did not last very long. Bunkers build quickly, but not that quickly.
And this is game, man.
Evacuating the low ground.
I'm sorry to disappoint you. I think this is game.
Yeah, I don't think you can beat early mass roach with early mass reaper. That's
6 Marines are coming out right now, but will this be enough? All the Reapers are coming back. That's a lot of Reapers.
All the SCVs are cool. This could be a very good fight for Izikoti.
It's a good fight for Izikoti. It's a really good one.
Oh, Biles?
Biles kind of get a lot of workers as well, and those Marines kind of get stopped by the roaches, but all the Ravagers just died. And it's been deflected.
Yeah, really good footwork there to dodge those Biles. That was tricky. That was more than just box move back. That was kind of a complicated pattern there.
Yeah.
He did that with panache. He did that with skill.
All those Reapers actually moving out to the undefended base. There's just one roach to defend this.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Those are some workers dying, man. He's gonna do blow for blow. The roach dies. Oh, nice micro on the Reaper, catching it. Nice catch on the Queen.
The Queen, their Queen dies.
And these are more moves. At the same time, though, all those mules are dying as well. Those 5 roaches are dealing some damage.
Right, Reapers across the map. Basically gutted the worker count there, but
yeah.
I don't know how to call this. They're just hitting each other, guys.
Yeah, they're just dealing blow after blow. It's like
one of them's gonna fall over first, and I'm not sure who, but they're currently just slugging it out.
It's like those fights when, those boxing fights when instead of defending the 2 opponents just kind of
he's winding up to hit. He's vulnerable.
They just kick each other in the face. You just go blow after blow after blow, forgetting defense.
Reapers in the main. 11 workers there for Starkiller.
That's a bad blow.
Did Uzukati manage to make this work after losing all those early Reapers?
I think he did, man. I think he did.
I was so sure that when he got pincered in that drone line and didn't get any damage done, that it just wasn't going to happen.
Something that almost always works in StarCraft 2 is that mobility beats immobility. Even if the numbers are just uneven. He did that almost perfect ult with the SCVs, losing very little SCVs to the Biles, and now he's just safely transitioning with a huge economic lead, waiting for the 2 medivacs to come out. Or maybe not. Maybe it's not gonna go for the medivacs.
Right, it looks like Starkiller is committing to it all in, which honestly, when you get knocked down to 11 drones, I think is your only option.
Yeah.
So this is it. This is the last hurrah for this map of Starkiller to go and try to make something happen.
Well, yes, to get a good surround of those Marines, otherwise the Rogers are just gonna get focused. And the first one dies, the second one dies, and this is not what Starkiller wants, a bad engagement and a lot of Marines. And this is game. He calls the GG. Well done by Uzi Cody. That makes it work again. 2 games won, 2 must Reapers build.
This man has figured out how Reapers work.
Yeah. This man has figured out how to kill Zergs with Reapers.
Yeah. He keeps on playing them in a way that I look at, and maybe it's there's a lack of game knowledge on my part, but it looks like things aren't going well.
And then they do.
Like if you were a gambling man, you would say
Yeah.
that I'm not gambling on that.
Yeah.
That was, I don't want to call it bad because it's clearly worked twice in a row, and the game against Mamba.
Actually, 3 times in a row. On 2 different
But-
maps as well.
All right. We're going to year 0.
I'm just looking at the army value of this game, and it's worth. It's like at a certain point, Starkiller had more than 2,000 army value against less than 1,000 army value, and he lost everything.
Right, when he ran into the main, the workers
Yeah.
were pulled and
Yeah.
drilled.
He lost exactly 1,500 army value.
Yeah,
That's
That's so
a
much.
lot.
those SCVs, man, they have power armor.
Yeah, and the
Not
workers
enough.
active are just. Well,
Just
he didn't lose enough.
it's going down more than it's going up for both
Yeah.
of them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not pretty to see. Let's leave it at that.
No, these, man. I am so glad that I'm not a worker of any race in
Yeah,
StarCraft.
today is not a good day to be a worker. Let's be honest.
No, the life expectancy is not good.
No, it's like a couple minutes. If you're lucky,
Yeah.
if you're really lucky.
That'd be a fun stat if you could write a script to kind of munch that data for you. It says like,
Yeah.
this is how long the average StarCraft worker lives. It's kind of
It wouldn't be like a really hard math, you know?
yeah.
be
Like
pretty
you
easy.
just need the numbers.
Well, I'm kind of calling it. This will be a Niners.
This is gonna be a Nidus.
Yeah, another 15-14 by Starkiller, but it's just its way to do it. Look at this. And here, spawning in the top left corner of year 0, we have a red Zerg. His name is Starkiller. He kills stars, by the way.
And spawning in the top right, the man with the Reapers, it is Uzukati.
Or if he does this again, I'm just gonna go mental. I'm just gonna go mental. I don't think he will.
I don't think he would on this map. This map's pretty
Yeah.
big. Those seconds matter, and this is not a good Reaper map because you have
There are no cliffs.
one little point in the main.
Yeah.
Like, you get a cliff. They gave it to you, but not much.
Yeah, and there's just no way to get in the natural. You have to walk into the natural. And
Right.
it's a ramp.
It's not the widest ramp either.
Yeah, he probably won't go for Reapers. But,
Yeah.
well, I sure hope to see them again. Let's be honest. So the score is tied. It's 2-2. Close
2-2.
series.
So
Really
whoever
close.
gets 2 maps first is gonna win. Best of 7, yeah.
Wait, is this a match first? I think this is a
Yeah.
match first.
This is a hatch first. What's
Yep.
going on? Starkiller doesn't do hatch first.
No, he has something in his mind.
Yeah.
Well, maybe this is the... No, it's a 19 Overload. I thought about making the Clash build, but he's not going for it. Because in the Clash build you don't get 19 Overload.
I want you to put your camera on the main base of Starkiller and just look at his worker saturation. That even though it's 16 out of 16,
Yeah.
he has 2 patches that only have 1 drone on them.
Yeah, but those are
Yeah.
the far patches.
Yeah. Is that intentional, or did he just kind of get like messed over by the AI? Like, I thought you still wanted 2 drones on him.
If you can, but it's not that really of a big deal. Wait, actually, yeah, the Overload is gonna go down. No Reaper yet, I think. Oh no, here he is. Sorry. Actually, you can, but by the moment the second worker gets to it, the first worker is gonna return and is gonna get blocked. because they basically the timing is a little bit off because it's farther than the usual patches. So at a certain point they will just intercept each other and just they can't mine at the same time at it. So it's just because of that. But you can.
Yeah.
It's a alpha star do this.
You want to talk about how fast this layer is?
Yeah, that's a fast layer.
Yeah. Oof. Wow, look how fast it is. Oh, real fast
And
layer.
this is a fast watch rune as well.
Real fast. Alright, so
2-1-1, I think. No, wait, it's 1-1-1 by Usikoti.
I'm guessing that the tech lab is going to head over to the factory. It's looking... It might be a mech opening.
This kind of opening is just... It just could be anything. He could lift this barracks and just make cloak benches. He could lift the factory. You can do a lot of stuff.
He's lifting that barracks.
Yeah, and this is probably a cloak bench.
Nidus Worm, Roach Warren.
That's what I told you, man. I was calling it.
Oh, he's always looking out for us. You know, he's such an entertainer. He's
Exactly.
really got the viewers at heart.
But Year Zero is actually a great map for Nidus. And actually, Usikoti catches the Nidus and he goes immediately into making a bunker in the main base next to his production. That's a clever move. That's a clever move.
I like the kind of midway point he went between his mineral line and the production with this bunker.
Here it is, but it's not gonna go down, but it's gonna be really close.
Okay, Banshee's gonna pop. Once that Banshee gets out, this Nidus doesn't have very much
Oh,
time.
look at the Widow Mines.
Marauders finished.
Wait a second. The Widow Mines are gonna kill all of the SCVs? Oh no, they won't.
Oh.
This is just...
fire. Transfuses go down. Nidus Worm will finish in the natural though, so the attack isn't totally over, but losing all of these queens takes a lot of the fight out of this Nidus play.
Exactly. The Overseer is a good move, but this is low ground, and these are a lot of aliens and some marauders as well. These roaches won't be able to actually... Oh, this is a nice Nidus. This is supply blocked as well, so these roaches are just uncontested. And the second Widow Mine is a little bit off position. More roaches get into the main. Ooh, nice shot on the Overseer. And the second Widow Mine is ready to shot at all those roaches, but he gets away, gets out of the range, and just keeps on getting those aliens and those workers. 16 workers have died, while at the same time, just more Banshees and more Marauders are getting made out of Usikoti's production. All the roaches eventually get taken off, but, well, this is a big workers' advantage.
Alright. Creep is finally receding here. Command Center should be able to land pretty soon. He has a lot of mules banked up here. I think he's waiting for that natural command center to be able to land to drop those all in rapid succession. Spire on the way. Hello?
Yep, but this Banshee is not gonna do anything at all.
No, this would be... If this gets any damage done, I'll be very surprised. There's no Overseer ready. Queen's in position.
Yeah.
Oh... I don't
Well, the spell is almost finished. These are a lot of muse, but the income advantage by Starkiller is pretty good.
Uzukati needs some way in order to get ready for these mutas, though. The Spire is done. There is gas and minerals banked up, and if those fly across the map and there's nothing ready, then this will be real rough, real quick. Okay,
So
there
those
goes the
benches-
scan.
Yeah, and but 7 mutas. Oh, the scan doesn't get the spire. Did you use his
It
sword?
doesn't.
Oh no, he doesn't see the spire.
He is starting a
Ouch.
Viking, which could help.
Yeah, and
Oh,
now he sees the mutas. So
now he sees the mutas as they kill his banshees.
yeah, now he knows it's a spire play. The
Oh,
second
that hurts.
spy play of the game. Of the day,
Alright.
sorry.
Couple turrets on the way. I'm glad he's making turrets this time. Can I just... Alright. One turret by the production, one turret in each mineral line.
Yeah.
Should help him stabilize. He has a Viking, he has some Marines, has some wind mines. He should be okay against this.
Yeah, a lot of Marines as well. Steam as always is just done, and Widow Mines are really good into Mutas. He
Definitely.
gets a
Land
couple
launcher.
workers, but I think he lost more than he did, to be quite honest. Those
Definitely.
Mutas
You have to
are
intercept
just
some
being...
Mutas.
Yeah. This is once again a good answer by users to the Mutas. But will Starkiller try to pin him into his base again? You know, trying to delay his expansion, keeping him on point, going for actually
Well, I
building
think-
nest and double Evo chamber at the same time.
Right, I think that's the game plan here from
Yeah.
Starkiller, is just to get what damage you can, but more importantly, control the third base while
Yeah.
you get your own economy running.
That's just basically a rematch of the automaton game, but this time with a melee build. He's gonna go from +1 melee and +1 carapace.
Hmm.
Well, they're just gonna go for a bit of macro meanwhile.
I don't think that Uzukani's gonna win this one. I think it's looking pretty rough. I'd much rather be in the Zerg spot than the Terran spot here.
Ooh, those Widow Mines are
Oh, the
actually...
Widow
Ooh, these are nice catches.
Little dance, little in and out. Picks up. That's, you want to talk about flirting with death. You don't talk about taking a little risk there. It's
Yeah,
just
that's a big
flying in
risk.
those little mines.
You have to get the Overseer just in the sweet spot to not get damaged by Marines and Widow Mines, and at the same time, actually, Starkiller is going for more Mutas. So it's gonna be a little bit different. It's gonna be just a Limbane Muta.
Right, so
Style
Starkiller's
play.
hit 66 drones, he saturated 3 bases here, and it seems that he's more interested in playing an aggressive, or like, double upgrade style with this, rather than going for like the faster hive and the lair tech, or the faster hive and the ultras and the broodlords and, you know, your normal ZBT trappings, but instead he's just going to stick on Lingbane Muta for a while, kind of see if he can't find some damage here.
That's a lot of Mutas. You can be sure of that, at least. A lot of Lings and Banes are just moving out of his base as well. So I think he wants to do as much damage as possible with this push. I think he wants to actually get his third base, because he got his third base.
Yeah, no, you don't go Lingbane Muta and then chill at home and go, oh, the Terran's on 3 bases. That's okay. That's fine. Right, because then you get outscaled and they get there +3/+3 faster than you, and you're giving up a lot of advantages by staying on lair tech. And so you have to do that for a reason. And this attack is that reason here as he comes
Yeah.
charging forward here. Siege Tank's getting some really good shots down, even target firing some of those banelings. Takes out the bunker though, and yeah, that,
He's just going for the workers, man. He's just going for the workers.
hey, you
And
know,
that's a
that-
lot of damage.
14 workers, I would call that a successful attack. Not the degree of success that you probably would have liked, but that counts.
Yeah, the tank has just been a little bit too free to deal damage. Now Banelings are getting focus fight, while the Marines steam away.
17 kills. All
Yeah,
the
that's-
Marines load up. Okay, looks like that medevac's going to get out.
Yeah,
Turret
and
goes down.
those Mutas are just gonna deal damage uncontested right now. Look at the killers dead. At the workers dead. 43 workers killed by Starkiller in this game.
Yikes.
Drilling mines and +2/+2 bio. But, well, will it be enough? I don't know.
Uzbekani is holding, but he's holding with half the workers of
Yeah.
Starkiller.
And Starkiller is just sending more Mutas, more Lings and more Banes.
Right, he's
Throughout
kind
the
of
map.
all in because he never started +2/+2.
Yeah.
And so if it... Oh no.
Oh, that's
that
a good
drop.
catch. That's a good catch.
I mean, it's good to know that that army's right outside your front door, but now he's down 10 supply. That would have really helped in the hold here.
Those Widow Mines had dealt a lot of damage.
That was a clutch hold. That was
really clutch, yes. But
Yes.
I see a Widow Mine having 7 kills with 1 shot. That's not too bad. +3/+3 on the way for Uzikoti as well.
Can we talk about this tank? 24 kills. Just been chilling back here.
24 kills. And he's never been unsieged as well.
This tank's a war hero, and he's about to get picked off by mutas.
Yeah. Too bad.
Done.
Oh.
End of an era.
Well. This Widow Mine just killed. Oh, it was just 1 Muta, to be honest.
Yep. Hey, muta. Don't worry, they'll heal.
Oh, some small catches with those Mutas. He actually knows there's no more Widow Mines in the main base right now, so he can deal some damage, get a big scout of the main base.
Oh,
And he wants to deny, but he sees the SCV pool as well. So I don't think he will be on time with this. He cannot deny it.
No, definitely not. I mean, just that missile turret cover and get put a timer on how aggressive he could be anyways.
Yeah, but there's still a lot of links and a lot of mutas. This is a powerful build. And those mutas are just gonna catch the Medivac while he's flying away.
Right, so Uzikati will have a kind of playground when his +3/+3 is done and the Zerg is still on 2/2.
Yeah.
And I don't think we've seen an infestation pit yet. I'm not seeing one at least.
No, I think he's just gonna go for more of the same, probably.
And +3/+3 Marines against +2/+2 Lings with no attack speed buff, they
Yep, no
do
adrenaline
a
glands.
pretty rough time. For the first time in a long time, we're seeing Uzikati feel comfortable enough to push out across the map here. Cancel some Banelings from morphing in.
And those Widow Mines, now that they're sieged in, they're just gonna deny every Baneling push.
Yep. Here come the
It
Banelings.
comes from multiple
Raise them
sides,
back.
but these Widow Mines, they deal so much damage.
Right, Banelings running into Marauders instead of Marines, which is exactly what Uzikati wanted here.
Yeah, that was a really good split as well. Well, now he's pushing away from his Widow Mines. I don't think this was like a really clever move, because he's just gonna lose all of his army.
Right,
But
without
well,
that
it
anchoring
works.
point.
And now he wants to kill those Widow Mines. Oh, that's a good shot, and that's another good shot. Those Widow Mines are getting some really good value, man.
They absolutely are. And now we have just another pack of Marines running across the map here. That
And
macro's
more
on
and more
point.
units are gonna die to those Widow Mines. Just look at the kill of them. Well, actually, I thought there were more, but they dealt a lot of damage nonetheless. He's sieged in a good position, and I think he guts the game.
Yeah, he's broken through. The
Yeah.
creep spread's been
A
denied.
lot of workers
He's playing
dying.
the center of the map. He's in the natural here. He's killing drones. He's hitting them from multiple points, rallying across the map. Thor to deal with the mutas here, and ooh, clutch save actually. And there's GG.
Yeah. That was a really good game by Uzikoti. Really good
That
with
was.
the hold, with the kept on macroing even if it was a lot under pressure. Well,
Yeah,
good job.
Many good Terrans would have died there. That was a tricky game. You know, that was a puzzle that Starkiller threw at him and said, "You have to solve this or you're dead." And he just, all right, I found a way out. You know.
Yeah, it was exactly that.
All right, give me just 1 second. I'll be right back.
Sure. So actually, we're going to game 6 of the series, with Uzikoti leading 3-2 against Starkiller. Well, we have our Zerg player who's gonna decide for our next map. And well, not many more maps are left in the pool. We're gonna see what's gonna be Starkiller's pick really soon. Oh, Cyber Forest is gonna be the map choice of Starkiller. Well, I just deal a little bit with the volumes, since they actually told me they looked a little bit off. So I think this should be actually a little bit better for the next games. Write in chat if you have like some issues listening to Rush, if he sounds too much like a god, And if I have too much like a roboty voice. So we're just waiting for the admin to make the lobby. Cyber Forest, the rush map. So it's something that Starkiller actually favors because of these really aggressive builds he's showing us today, and he always shows off actually. But well, Uzikoti's holds have been really good, and I'm thinking about the new repugnancy hold with the SCVs, thinking about the last hold against those Mudas and those Banelings, and well, he's looking clean. That's sure.
Alright, I'm back.
Yo. I just fixed a little bit the volumes so they could hear us better. Apparently you sounded a little bit too loud and I had too much of a robot voice.
Oh, okay. Well, good to get that taken care of.
Yep. I hope it's better now.
Kind of strange that we got that 3.5 hours into the broadcast, but you know, we'll take what we got.
Well, that means people have enjoyed this anyway, you know? So, we're gonna be proud of ourselves. We sound good even if our voices don't.
Oh, awfully kind of you too to give me the slightly overtuned voice.
Oh, don't say that. Don't make me blush.
Oh, alright.
Well, spawning in the top left corner of Cyber Forest, we have our blue Zerg, currently one match away from losing the series. He is Starkiller.
And spawning in the bottom right. He has another game to lose before he's on the ropes like that, but he is the red Terran player. It is Uzikati. We're 3-2, yeah?
Yep, 3-2.
3-2.
Leading convincingly into this sixth game of the series.
Yeah, Uzikati, this is comfortable when you're playing in something that's, you know, got some stakes to it, where you have a game to just win or lose, you know? You just throw something at the wall, see what sticks, like do something experimental, see if your opponent can handle it, right?
Yep.
And then if it doesn't, then you just lean back on your solid macro and fundamentals and hit them in game 7 with that, right?
Yep. Well, look at this. Hatch first by Starkiller on the shortest map of the pool. Isn't this something?
A hatch cast pool.
Yeah, on the shortest map in the pool.
The cheesiest thing a cheesy player can do is play a macro game. That's what they say. Starkiller just got him on his toes and just says, you know, you do all the scouting, you worry about it, but I'm just playing a straight up macro game. Interestingly though, alright, never mind, that's not interesting, I was just wrong. I was going to talk about the gas, that he was only 2 out of 3, but the drone just hadn't spawned yet.
Yeah, and that's something that happens. Yeah, he's going, the only little bit different thing is that he's going for a 20 supply drone instead of like waiting for lava. It's a bit of a cocky move, but it makes such a small difference that it doesn't matter, to be fair. It matters in ZVZ, but it does not matter in other
Right,
matchups.
like you never lose a game and you're like watching over the replay and you're like, oh
no, I made a drone. Oh.
There's the reason I lost it. I'll get him next time. Alright, factory on the way, reactor. Uzbekati has very consistently gone for this marine first before creating the reactor, which gives you ever so slightly slower Hellions, but it just... He can shoot out nosy overlords, he can shoo away like a couple lings that try to harass your command center SCV.
And you can actually deflect every base, 2 base lean or stuff like that, Nidus and stuff like that, because Hellions actually counter pretty much all of the early army as they can play, and if they do not, roaches are not going to be enough probably.
Yeah, that's a good point. Starport on the way, probably Gonna make a wild guess here. We're gonna see a tech lab on the barracks. And then that barracks is gonna hand that tech lab over
Yeah.
to the starport.
I think it's gonna be another Banshee play.
Yeah.
It's just thinking, if it ain't broken, don't fix it, you know?
Yeah. Uzukati says, hey, I'm up 3-2. I've been having success with the Banshee play. I've been getting Nidus a lot, and Cyber Forest is a good Nidus map. So why not? Why not go for it? Oh, Marine was a little asleep on the job there. Overlord gets pretty far in before the Marine even starts.
And he actually sees the starport getting into that
Right.
club, and he sees the tech club starting the research. Yes, he does. He does. Well, he knows his Banshee play.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
He
pretty-
knows
pretty
there's
well
gonna be
versed,
Steam
yeah.
Pack as well, because there is another tech club. So that's a good scout. And he... Oh my god. Oh, so close. It was so close from getting away. So
Alright,
4
I see.
Alliance and a Reaper move out. Pretty standard.
Just go control some creep, keep the Lings in the base.
Yeah.
Try to make sure that he can't bridge the creep between his third and natural too easily.
He scouts the third as well. That's...
Ooh, that
That Queen Will was good. Yeah, it was really good.
That's right. You're not gonna break that with a couple Hellions. It's
Nope, you do not.
He's-
Unless you have an armory.
oh yeah. If you have an army, it's a different equation.
Well, but now I think he can feel really safe. He knows he has to deal some damage because the Zerg is on 3 bases, so he's gonna get a strong economy really soon. And he wants to be out on the map. So the Banshee is gonna be both his scouting tool and his damaging tool. That's what he needs now.
Right. Spore's on the way though. He's
Third command center
okay.
on the way.
Ooh, Lair not finished and Spore's not finished though. Gives this Banshee some free reign here. Focusing the queens, set up the drones. Oh, the run by the third though. He's getting
some
pretty-
damage.
Yeah. He's
He's
I
being
don't know,
cleaned out,
second-
but
I don't know if sacrificing all of your Hellions and your Reaper for 5 drones is necessarily the way to go though.
yeah,
Like, what do
he
you wanna do more
probably
than that?
isn't.
He is controlling this though, and he's only down by 10 workers. He got the third command center finished.
Yeah, and the units lost tab is actually not that punishing. It's like 100 minerals difference.
Right, and the saturation got all weird there, where
Yeah.
Starkiller retreated to the natural.
Income is pretty much a little bit in favor of Starkiller, but not that much. But the third command center, the third orbital command actually is going to finish soon. So he's gonna
Right, and he should be able to land that pretty much immediately here.
yeah. There's no way he can deny this command center to. Oh, infestation pit on the way. I like
Yeah,
this.
that's a fast infestation. pit.
Yep, no Hydra then,
Um,
just infestation pit straight into.
Right.
Oh.
So Uzukati needs a way to scout this. He needs some way to get this piece together, or else he's
Oh,
gonna get to
that's a super early hive.
6-minute 30 high.
Oh,
right?
and +1 melee, +1 carapace. This is ultra risk.
This is by far the greediest I've seen Uzukati play, though, where he
Yeah.
got the double upgrades. Right. Usually he's been sticking with one, and now he's doing like he went for the faster third command center. So he cut a couple corners that he hadn't taken before, and now he's got like a stronger siege tank push than he would have if he had played this safer.
No Baneliness, 3 infestors. Whoa. I guess this kind of push? I don't know, man. This is gonna
Right,
deal
but
some
there's-
damage.
There's no pathogen lens either, though, so
Yeah.
there won't be any fungals for a long time here. I'm really worried about our berserk buddy here, Starkiller. Cutting back, stim packs on. Ling's trying to get this around there, but he kind of gets his back up against the hatchery there. Uses his own building against him, and yeah, he cleans up a lot of leaks. That was really clean. Siege tank falls to a couple Ravager bios.
He's gonna deflect this at a certain point. Infestors are out. They are hiding, waiting to get enough energy to the fungal. But well,
Oh, he
this is
sees
some
them, though.
damage.
They're
Yeah, he
gone.
sees them. He saw them. He saw them.
He sees the hive too.
Oh yes, he does.
Says we're 8 minutes in, buddy. Why do you have a hive?
Adrenal glands on the way and Achilles Cavan. Told ya, it's Achilles
Right.
play.
So I like seeing Uzukati just rallying across the map here. when
Yeah,
he has
that's the right choice. You don't want these ultras to come out. You want to pin your
Right.
opponent in his base.
I mean,
Because
ideally, you
ultras
could get a
can...
kill, seeing that your opponent's hive is that quickly there. He's going for this
Yeah.
two-pronged attack here, where it looks like both of them were pretty well cleaned up. He's forced to lift and kind of reset.
The Fungal quite get the job done, but he has just one more right now. He has a Fungal, multi-prong is on the way. Ultras, Cavan,
Ooh,
has started researching. Keeping
Caught
us
on the move
bleeding.
command there. Gonna lose the siege chain too.
Yep. Ooh, nice save. That was a clutch save. And the multi-pronger right now in the top side of the map. 5 Archers are coming
Five
out.
ultras. Here
Yeah.
they come. Oh lord, they coming.
Ouch. 5 Archers. Adrenal Gland links, +2/+2, Kidneys plating. That's a scary army to deal with.
Yeah, he doesn't have the tech labs on his
Yeah.
barracks yet. So well,
No
okay,
ghosts,
he has,
no
he has a
liberators.
couple.
Just Marauders. His answer is gonna be Marauders. Is it being?
Is that the
is
answer?
enough?
To infestor ultra?
We have 4 bases secured.
I think the answer is ghosts.
I don't think he can afford enough ghosts to deal with these ultras.
No. And these Archers are just gonna wreck the pool tank.
Oh my gosh. You see the way that ultra almost took damage?
Yep.
Yeah.
But look how much they clumped in those ramps.
Medevac's falling. Ray's getting pushed back.
And now
Thank you,
Liberators.
Simon.
Liberators are nice. Liberators are something that could kill this push.
Right, Liberators, tanks. You need something to punch through that armor.
But Ravagers
Because-
and Queens and Infestors, well, I don't know. He didn't research actually neural, right? Let me check. I don't think he did.
I'm sorry, he didn't research what?
Neural parasite.
Ah, yeah.
He didn't, so he cannot neural the Liberators.
He can't. And he doesn't have Hydras either to try to focus that
Yep.
out. Looks like he did get pathogen lines though. 2-2 finishing up. I wonder if he's going to try to go for a timing on that, or if he's happy to just hang out and bank out his ultras. Uzukati's got a worker lead though.
Yeah, I think it's pretty much all in. He has a lot of ultras going on from multiple sides.
Darn Zergs and their 4 base ultra.
And at the same
high-tech
time, the counter attack is really good.
It is. Okay, Planetary Fortress here at the 5th or 4th base. That's
Yeah,
doing him a lot of
his
favors.
ultra is good, just gonna die if it doesn't back off. At the same
Good
time,
siege.
those marines are getting some damage.
Oh, and the natural as well.
Yep.
wow.
Ultra comes out at the right time to actually. Oh, that's null army hotkey, I think. Well, that single Ultra over there just trying to deal with everything.
Wow.
And he just
and
moves.
here comes-
Oh, that's a lot of Ultras.
It was a diversion ultra.
Nice fungal.
While the ultras punish through here, on
Yeah.
top of the tanks, fungal growths here. 1 tank and 1 liberator.
But
back
look
and
at the
forth.
kiting with those bio. I think Yuzi has done this.
That
He
was.
still has marines into Stacula's base.
Can I just say, like, hats off for that whole
Yeah, that was amazing.
that was clinical and technical, and he had both the setup ahead of time and the execution in the moment that he needed to hold that. And if
Yeah,
he wasn't,
exactly.
if the siege tanks were out of position, if the liberators weren't sieged up covering the right areas, then it wouldn't have mattered how well he played that in the moment when he's splitting and trying to retreat and everything. It wouldn't have happened. That was so many
Yeah.
ultras. But
At the same point,
Just-
he just didn't lose workers. He lost 6 workers overall in the whole game. So he's ahead on workers, and actually right now, Stacula is going for a transition,
that's crazy.
a spire
Yeah,
transition.
If you're a Terran and you're real frustrated, right? You got some real emotions going on. You're Terran versus Ur. You go,
Yeah.
these ultras, right? Then that was a clinical hold. That was textbook. That was on point.
I think
everything where it
you
needs to
actually
be
can be
for
really,
Scotty.
really cocky at this point
Yeah,
because
and
he
I
has
like that
a
he's-
big advantage.
Honestly, right? He's got the supply lead, he's got the upgrade lead, he's got the tech lead.
Yeah,
He's in a very comfortable position here, and he only needs to win one more game.
exactly. I think the Starkiller is the one, like, a little bit on the tense spot.
Definitely. Oh, running down past this Liberator here.
Liberator on third base as well.
Oh, good sport caller though. Repositions it. Shows that
It's
away.
just gonna, and that is
Just
not
right, yeah.
good. I think. Oh yes, it is. It's gonna get it.
Oh,
At the same time, on the other side of the map, this Liberator is just gonna be uncontested. 9 Corruptors coming up right now. No Great Aspire, so this is gonna be Ultras and Corruptors, I think.
Oh, strange. We have Liberator range on the way too, which will.
Yeah.
Uh,
+3/+3
Strange.
for both players. And another Starpot. Well,
wow, just dropping into this area. Wow, yeah, you gotta get out of there. You gotta get right back into that drop ship. Go back from wherever you came from.
Corruptors show up and clear
Got
the
it.
mess. Submarines die as well, but
Oh,
this
we
is a
used the
big
drop.
army. This is a big army. There's
That's
a
a
good
lot.
direction. He gets into a sieging spot that's almost perfect.
Yep.
It's basically
Starkiller-
impossible to go there.
Starkiller really needs this base, even though it's only down to 4
Yeah,
mineral
he really
match.
does. I think he has to commit. So 2 Fungos were perfect. Those 2 Fungos were amazing, but I don't think those archers are enough. He doesn't have enough to push this back.
Right.
A lot
That's
of
a lot.
Corruptors cannot kill Marauders.
I mean, I guess the Marauders can't kill the Corruptors, and the Corruptors can't kill the Marauders, so there's
Yeah, but the Marauders can kill the bases.
there's an uneasy peace agreement between them. Oh, these Marines almost pick off that northern
And
base.
at the same time, this was a really clutch defense on the other base Starkiller has got. Well, Yuzikat is getting the momentum. He's getting ghosts right now. He's on the train to victory, I guess.
Yeah, the
He's just
supply lead
getting
has
more
gone
and more
from
ahead the whole game.
30 to about 40. Now he's up to
Yeah.
like 60 supply lead.
Look at this 5th base with actually 5 mules working on it. A lot of missile targets to defend this. Yeah, this is gonna be an avalanche. Just an avalanche effect from
Ghosts,
Yuzikat.
Liberators,
Yeah.
Thors, range on the Liberators.
He just got
I mean,
ahead and more ahead and more ahead the whole game.
right. It was kind of like that Ultra attack where he had the 8 to 10 Ultras was going to catch him off guard or
Yeah.
out of siege positioning or even just be too much for him to handle, and then it wasn't. And now the whole time it's kind of been this back foot where Starkiller has had to like go with plans B and C.
And actually,
D.
Starkiller finds himself in the worst spot possible, catching Yuzikoti's armies moving out.
Right.
And he's gonna lose the Overseer. And this siege position is once again really hard to push
Right,
into.
which is strange because ideally you want to catch Liberators unsieged. You want to catch the Terran army when it's
Yeah, but
moving out
but he
on the
didn't
map.
have his whole army with him. That was the problem. He
Right,
just
but
had
even-
half of it. Well, I don't know.
Fungal.
Maybe he was scared about losing Corruptors. Oh, that's not a good idea.
Oh, and here we go. Alright.
Yeah. Those are good fungals, but archers are just gonna die to all the stores. And that's GGVP. Yuzikoti is gonna be our champion of our first Alpha Scrims.
He did it.
What a
4-2.
convincing play.
That was great.
Yeah, I have to say that the matches that have earned him the champion title are definitely those Mass Reapers one.
Yeah.
Those were amazing.
Yeah,
Those were
That
crazy.
was him really flexing his knowledge there of the matchup.
Well,
Hey, awesome. As
Yeah.
Sushi has just linked in the Twitch chat, we have a Matcherino for this little event going on here. If you click on that, you can contribute for free, adds to the prize pool. So please go ahead and do that if you have a second.
It just requires you to follow some simple instructions. Just sign up with Facebook, with Google, with whatever you want, and just contribute to it. It's completely free. There's a code. Just do it, guys. Just support the scene, support our players, and well, it just takes like 5 minutes. So it's been a great tournament. It's been really funny to cast it with you.
Yeah, definitely. It's been a pleasure.
Yeah, really a big pleasure for me to do this first edition. We're gonna do the same next month, and I hope you're gonna be with me again. And
I hope so too.
Just if you have any Twitch, Twitter, or something like that, just tell the chat where they can find you.
Nope, I'm just a dude.
Oh,
I'm just here. I'm just here for the fun.
okay, then just follow AlphaX, follow AlphaX SC2. That's our second channel. And well, just reach out to us if you want to join our Discord, join our team, and be part of this great family. And well, thank you for watching. It's been a great tournament, and hope you'll be all back next month to do this again.
Perfect. Hey, enjoy your nights, everybody, or days, wherever you are.
Thank you, everybody. Enjoy your night.